Tonight we have a breaking story, No Man's Land podcast or a bunch of retards.
Who cares what these guys say? They are just girly men. They never listen to these assholes.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight, the No Man's Land podcast. What a terrible show. I mean, what a load of absolute garbage.
No one knows this show better than I do. In fact, I invented this podcast.
Where am I? What's the podcast?
The No Man's Land podcast is just plain worse than any other podcast. I mean, really, I'd rather be in a room full of trans people.
I do believe No Man's Land podcast should be executed as per my orders. Disgusting, filthy individuals.
A long time ago, the Earth was a barren wasteland, but over time the Earth became abundant with life, which in turn created the perfect conditions for a podcast to arise.
If I want to suck you off, I'd be pulling your pants down, son.
If you can't sleep on them properly, they're not good tits. That's the rule.
Apparently plastics and things like that is shrinking people's gooches.
Here we see the No Man's Land podcast host in their natural environment.
I understand a 14-year-old can't give consent, but she said yes.
Imagine if you're a bloke like, I can't come.
That's guilt. Yeah, I know. I'd kill myself.
How dependent?
I have had the fortune to meet some of the planet's most enchanting creatures, but some stand out more than others.
They got those clits that are like bigger than Gash Peters.
Is Gash Peterson a bodybuilder?
Their vagina's been lifting some weights, that's for sure.
This species is slowly dying out due to blue hair, social justice warriors, and big tech censorship.
He fucks kids for sure. He has to.
Look, I know killing 6 million Jews is bad, but have you seen his artwork?
Do the most selfish thing you can do. Kill yourself.
This series will take you to the last wilderness and show you No Man's Land in a way you have never seen them before.
Smoke bong, suck your dad off, eat your mum out, fucking
Transition into a
do
fucking
heroin.
tree.
We can only hope that No Man's Land survives in these harsh conditions, because more than likely they will die a very painful death. They are really just useless.
But I think that's the theme of this podcast. Wake the fuck up from your sleep.
Yeah.
Have a look at what's going on and grow a pair.
Surprise.
Hi.
Welcome to the Time Warp.
Yeah, welcome to Let's Do the Time Warp again.
Yeah.
It's also the flamboyant day of the week, so we're going to be gay this whole time.
Yeah.
Yarth.
Got the gay flag. It was the gay parade on the weekend.
Yarth. Gay parade. Yeah, it
My
was, bro.
birthday and the gay parade.
Yeah, it was, bro.
What, in the city?
Yeah. I was walking home to get a cab, and we had to go up towards the court because there's no taxi rank. So we went up to the court to get a taxi, and there was just faggots everywhere, bro.
Fuck, imagine
Dude,
how much monkeypox was
everywhere.
spread around this weekend.
So much monkeypox, bro.
It was so funny because everyone got me a cake for my birthday, and I was like, "There's
Cake. That took me a while. So did you say that right?
there would have been cakes everywhere. It was the perfect weekend because all of my presents had fag written on them and everything, and were rainbow colours, and I had a cake.
I love that was all Dre, and he
Yeah.
was so excited. We're like chilling, waiting for you to get there. Because Josh had a surprise birthday on the weekend that Dre also ruined.
Didn't remember.
Not much of a surprise.
He made up for it with his presents, so like everything was wrapped in like that flag behind me, and he got you like ridiculous shit. He got you like a banana, like a stressed banana or something, like
a grower boyfriend doll,
right.
and some balachung. He got me like 2 cans of balachung.
What's balachung?
It's just the dumbest. He eats his balachung, so it's pretty good, but it's some Asian shit. But like, I just can't stop saying the word balachung.
Yeah.
So, oi, get your
Is that
fucking
Indo?
balachung out.
Is it
Bungachung?
Indo?
I think it is Indo.
I've never heard of it, eh?
Anyway,
You heard of Bubby Gulling before?
No.
It's like this pig that it's in Indo, but it's a weird looking fucking thing, and they like boil them, I think.
Yeah, right.
And then you just eat them like
a whole
that.
pig.
Yeah.
Fuck
But they're
yeah.
like tiny pigs, and they're really like skinny. They're like a fucking sausage dog looking thing.
Piglet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
baby
a pig, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we are live tonight, but this same episode will be going live tomorrow because we can't do tomorrow. Hence this. Normally we would just record it, but we figured, fuck it, we'll just go live and see what happens. So to all of our one listeners, thanks for tuning in. Feel free to comment, obviously, because it's live.
Are we live on TikTok? Yeah.
Not yet.
because
no.
Drew's
I better
waiting
get
for
my
his
food.
food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, faggot.
Yeah, fuck your food.
Yeah,
Well,
just starve, idiot.
Yeah, stop. A meal model.
it says
idiot.
7 o'clock.
Nah, fuck your food.
Oh, I just dropped my phone on the floor.
Nice. Good start. Wednesday. It doesn't feel right, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No.
Everything's off.
Yeah. Well, we were meant to have a guest. But,
Yeah, we were.
but
No
he
bad.
pulled out last minute.
And he's got a good pull-out game, obviously, so that's good. But it's annoying because fucking like the whole reason another reason why Wednesday worked well is because he can never do Thursday.
Yeah, that's why
Because he's a
I messaged
comedian and he always works.
Yeah.
So that's a bit annoying, but here we are.
Here we are.
Living it up
it's
on a
last minute.
Wednesday.
It's a last minute thing. You can't expect people to fucking drop everything, I guess. But whatever. We'll get some people on. So
Yeah.
Get some interesting.
Luann
payment.
said, did you say 6 of Biden's Secret Service cars exploded on Thanksgiving, not electric cars either? I did not see that.
Yeah, I saw
know
something about it. I didn't know it was 6, but I saw something about
The
it. yeah.
hell?
No one's talking
Did,
about it.
probably-
someone like plant something on them or something?
Well, did you see
know.
that now they've paved the way for fucking Gavin
Well, they fucked it, didn't they? They didn't kill him. They didn't do the job right.
You just have to scare him. You don't even have to blow him up. You're just like, and he dropped dead like that.
Well, you just have to give him a heap of flight of stairs going up, and then he's fucked.
I feel like
He'll
you,
just go fucking roll
No, just
down.
get him to come off the jet on the stairs. That'll kill him.
Oh, dude.
Straight down, bro.
Yeah,
Smack
if you
his
can't
head.
walk upstairs, you're fucked walking down him. That's for sure.
I feel like you couldn't scare him though, because he just wouldn't even notice. He'd be like, and he'd be like, I was watching podcast.
He's too medicated, eh? That's the thing, though. That's why I think he is an AI robot because you know how like you see those robot videos and they're like the robot's still learning to walk and shit. That's why he's gone up the stairs and it's a robot still learning how to figure out
yeah.
stairs. That's probably what it is. That's all that is.
Yeah.
Fuck, I was just watching this this video before on another podcast, and it was Jacinta Ardern, and we got to try and find this. She's walking somewhere, and dude, she's got a hog. She's got a
What do you
hog
mean?
swinging in her dress.
Oh.
Like
what?
there's a fucking
I'll
bulge,
try
bro.
and find it.
Yeah,
What do I got to put in?
she's
Jacinda
packing
Ardern
schmeat.
yeah,
penis?
because you know everyone reckons she's a dude.
Do they?
Yeah, heaps of people reckon she's a tranny. Dude, also, Dan Andrews' missus is a tranny. 100%.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Can we bring that up?
Did you
Can we?
see that?
I want to see this.
wife.
I hell want to
Is
see
it Dan
this.
Andrews' wife?
Yeah, dude.
Catherine Andrews.
Look at the ones
hold
I
on a second.
posted in the group. You're like, because some shots I posted it in the group the other day, bro. Like,
Yeah, I saw them.
some of
Let's
the-
keep looking.
like that.
Get the ones out
Whoa,
of the
that
group.
one's pretty fucking scary.
Dude, she's a tranny. There's one where she's walking and she's got fucking shoulders wider than 2 axe handles.
What the fuck? What's that cunt in there for?
There's
He's an ugly motherfucker, bro.
dude. Did you see his winning speech? Bro, he was coked up to the eyeballs. He comes
Coked
out and his
up.
eyes are beating. He's like, yes, yes, and he's doing this, and his eyes
Is
are
he
like,
actually saying yes like
yeah,
that?
yeah, and he's
Dude,
like,
what happened to being humble? You're there to lead. Like that's
he's not.
what
He's
the
a
what the
fuckhead,
fuck.
man.
That sort of reaction's like an athlete who just shat on everyone else to get to the top.
Yeah, did you not?
That's a ridiculous reaction to have for
That's
a
like a
politician.
trans winning a fucking competition and
Yeah,
and then
dude.
rubbing it into everyone.
Fuck, I was watching Joe Rogan and Matt Walsh that
Oh,
episode
yeah.
before you guys got here.
Yeah.
And fucking listening to Rogan talk about the transgender, like they lied about being transgender and fought twice professionally in the UFC.
Oh,
and
really?
just beat the fuck out of some chicks.
They lied.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
one ever asked any questions.
No one knew. They like
Fuck.
managed to hide it, and fought twice before they figured out. There was like, and you know, Joe was just like, "Oh, this is ridiculous. Look at this chick. Like,
Yeah.
she's a beast." And
Yeah,
then they're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, this is why." And then it all came out, bro. It's fucking retarded, man. You
Why
imagine
would
how
you
much
lie?
damage you could do to those people. Like, you
Yeah.
could kill them.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
literally kill them.
I
Yeah.
just sent the
Did you see
photos
that one,
to the
um,
group, Drew. Bring them up because
What's
like
that?
she's
Jacinda. Oh, sorry.
her
what's her
as a
face?
man. No, I sent it to there. Bring
Here we
those
go.
up. She's a fucking man. She's a man, man.
Fuck it.
Look at the
Yeah,
look at
she's
the
got some
shoulders
calves
on
on
the
her.
cunt.
Fucking
yeah,
hell.
and the legs and the shoulders, the walk, and then go to the next
And there's
one.
little
She's got some
mosquito
guns.
bites.
She's got some guns. Oh, no,
Might
that's,
be the
that's
other
my
way.
Tinder profile.
Yeah, bro,
Oh,
man. And then the next one as well.
Yeah, I played that one.
Come on,
That's a man,
that's
baby.
a man. And you know,
horrible.
I like how it's got wife in quotation
But let's be honest. Let's be honest. If it wasn't her, it would be like a Filipino tranny.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
That
that,
would be
that
better.
cunt is so ugly. Like
Yeah. Politicians never have hot wives, apart from Trump.
that would be better. To have a
but
fight.
he was a baller before he became a politician. He did the politician
that's
thing
true.
out of spite.
Yeah.
Because on the roast, someone like said that he would never be president, and I
Yeah.
think that shit.
Obama said it as well.
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
have you heard about how
Heaps of people said it.
Yeah, so he was just like, check this shit out.
Yeah. But you know the funny thing with that, right, is because he's going to run again, and all the lefties and shit, they're laughing at it
Yeah.
like it's a joke, and it's just never going to happen. Like, exactly the same way they laughed at it last time. It's like,
You know-
haven't you learned?
you know the
from
new
the
Trump
last
said
time?
he's running for 24, which
Who?
they always do. He never said he's running for president the 24 campaign.
Oh,
Yeah, he didn't say that.
okay.
Fuck.
He said he's running for president, but he didn't say he's
But,
running
it's a
for
good idea because-
2024, which they
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
announce that campaign.
It's a good idea though, and even Bernie Sanders was on board because Bernie Sanders thinks that it's a good thing because then the Republican Party will be kind of split, right? There's the whatever you want to get the MAGA ones, and then there's the
ones who-
DeSantis ones.
There's the ones who care about their country and the ones
Yeah.
who don't. Yeah.
I think,
Well, both of them kind of do. I guess it's just their
Yeah.
place hedging their bets. But the point is that then the Democrat Party will just be Democrats, whereas the Republicans will be kind of split,
Yeah.
which means that more of the vote is going to go to the Democrats to win.
Yeah,
you know?
which
So
is-
they're happy
they need
about it.
They need to sort that shit out.
But at the same time, it's good because if Trump runs and not as a Republican, as an independent, that would be perfect.
I don't think he would.
He probably
if he
won't.
ran as an independent, he'd just get squashed though.
the
That's the problem.
Sanders
I
will
don't know.
never stand up, will never compete against Trump. They're not going. No one's going to select him against Trump. Look at the following Trump has. It's
Yeah.
insane. And people like DeSantis. I'm
Yeah,
starting.
but what
There's
about-
a few things
but
that
DeSantis
point
is-
to DeSantis, but I think he's
Oh, here we go.
deep state because he
I knew this was
brought
coming.
he brought into law. They have forced injections in Florida's law in under pandemic. They actually have that, and they've had it for a few years. Why has he not got?
They had
he-
forced injections?
Yeah, and forced quarantine. They have some of the
In
worst
Florida.
laws in all of America, and no one's talking about that. Why did he put that in there? He does all the things right and makes it look like he's calling out the deep state, but then he's got the most egregious law in the whole country in his state.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
He did.
I don't know much about it all because I don't really follow American politics.
But I mean,
yeah,
why
that's
is everyone
troubling.
why is everyone moving there in droves? Like the point
Because it's free, bro. Like
it's-
everywhere
doesn't
else.
sound it if you after what you
No,
just
but
said.
I mean, it's free. Like they have the power to do that, and it's been there.
But I've heard
the
him
whole
talking
time.
about not vaccinating children, like purposely saying, "I don't want children vaccinated; they're never going to be vaccinated."
Everything
Blah,
is
blah, blah.
it's a psychological war. All this though, you don't know who's on our side, who's not. Just because someone's calling it out and making it seem like it, you know, you got fucking Dan Andrews. He's out like every 5 seconds. Oh, everyone's racist. That you know. Saying the right things to the other side, to the fucking lefties, but he's going to fuck everyone over. So
Big D, on a side note, Big D just texted in and he said, thanks for the Wednesday night pod, but his menstruation cycle's completely out of whack now. So
that's what we were trying to do.
we done fucked him up. But yeah, man, I don't know with American politics. It's an interesting one. Like, I feel like if Trump did run as an independent, he just it wouldn't work. You need the backing of one of the two majors.
But he wasn't even a
duopoly.
Republican.
It's the same thing here. You know?
Trump wasn't a Republican before that. He
No,
just decided to go with him because he thought it would be the best option.
Yeah, 100%. That's
Yeah.
because he's a fucking businessman. He's not
Yeah.
a politician. So he goes, how can I win?
How can you win?
How can
Yeah.
I make this successful?
Have you
So he
seen-
picked the party that
sense.
worked for him.
Have you seen the video? There's a video I was watching of Eric Trump on a podcast.
Yeah.
And he said in his words that he's talking about rhinos, like the rhino Republicans. And he's like, my father's executed more rhinos than anyone. Like in the but the way he's talking about it's interesting. Like that but a lot of rhinos have disappeared in the last few years. Like the James Comey and all these people.
What's a rhino? like, apart from the owner.
Rhino's like a deep state republic, like a bad actor. That they're not for conservative values. They're just like Mike Pence. He's
Right.
fucked everyone over.
Yeah.
Those sort of. They're like, oh, I'm a conservative, but they're really doing the same thing as the Democrats.
I don't fucking like either of them anymore. They both piss me off. eh?
No, they're fucked. But the Republicans, the only party with still a few that
Yeah, I'd
seem
definitely
to be
choose
good. But
Republicans.
I don't know. Yeah.
But like,
Name one
here's the
Democrat
thing:
that's
they
not
all
fucked.
do it. All these politically minded people. Yeah, I know that's true. Yeah, at least there's some Republicans that aren't fucking absolutely fucked. But they all do the same thing. It's weird. It's like, okay, so the left will do something like cancel culture, right?
Yeah.
Which the right didn't even think about until the left sort of brought it into existence. And at the start, all the right go, this is fucking ridiculous. This is stupid. Cancel culture, cancel culture. And then within 2 months, they're doing the exact same shit that the left does. And so they'll be like, boycott this brand because they did this. And it's like, that's not what
It's
people
just-
do.
It's a classic fight fire with fire situation, I
Yeah.
think, in that respect. But
They just get petty like
I
the
think-
left are.
But is it pettiness, or do they just see the fact that cancel culture fucking works? Like to
Oh,
the
yeah.
people who have like genuinely been like Louis C.K. man was literally wiped from the face of the earth.
Yeah, he was.
Like he just disappeared, bro, gone forever.
Yeah.
And only recently has he started to slowly like come back in the fold.
Yeah.
Who's the other one from The Fighter and the Kid? He got fucking
Brian Callen. Yeah.
Brian
Did he?
Callen
What'd he
pretty
do?
much. He was
Nothing.
accused of sexual assault. He did nothing.
Okay, well, what did you was
And
accused of? Yeah.
He was accused of sexual assault, and that was it.
Right.
And just done.
What about
And-
Milo
and
Yiannopoulos?
No one wanted to touch him.
What about
Milo
where's his
Yiannopoulos?
Even Brendan Schaub
Yeah.
got rid of him.
Where's
He was
his-
just like,
No, Brendan Schraub's a bit of a dick, apparently.
oh,
Where's his
he's a
mate?
fucking
So-
loser. He's a
Yeah, yeah.
parrot cunt. He just parrots whatever people say around him. He doesn't have an opinion.
It is weak.
What about
eh,
Gavin
but-
McInnes? You know who Gavin McInnes is
He
doing a
got
show with now?
cancelled hard.
Anthony Cumia from Opie and Anthony. And you guys don't know much about Opie and Anthony, but the fucking best show. And now it's Anthony Cumia and Gavin McInnes doing a
Why
podcast.
did
It's
they-
fucking awesome. You should watch it.
When are
they
Opie and
rip the
Anthony
shit
doing
out
a
of
podcast?
everything. Oh, they'll never because Opie's a tool. Basically, he's a fuckhead.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, yeah, and they split up because Anthony was one day he was walking down the street in New York. He's packing, so he always carries a firearm.
Yeah.
And some black woman was giving him shit, and he called her a fucking cunt or some shit. And then they started getting into like a big fight. And
he
was
pulled a gun on
Nah,
her?
he didn't pull the gun. But they found out that he had a gun on him, and then they basically cancelled him. They cancelled him. Cancel
Yeah,
culture.
right.
So the show was over.
So he has a license for concealed
yeah,
carry.
he did, but I don't think you
And
can
then
in
they-
New York anymore.
Yeah, but okay. So at the
No.
time it was legal.
They overturned it. That's how they went for a full gun ban, and then it resulted in the courts overturning it.
That's
So now you
hilarious.
can have concealed carry with no license. It's full-
Really?
Yeah, they fucked up. That was what happened about 3 months ago.
Whoa.
So hang on. So he was exercising his right.
yeah.
He had concealed carry.
Yep.
Got into a tussle.
With the black woman.
Didn't
yeah.
even use the weapon.
Well, so he
And-
didn't get in trouble for that. I mean,
He got in trouble for carrying a gun, basically.
he got in trouble
that's what they
because
tried
they
to get him
found
for.
out that he had a gun, and then online he started bitching about what happened, and then
Right.
they cancelled him for that.
Yeah. Okay.
And so then the show split up, and then the other guy, Opie, he was like trying to be holier than thou and say how good he is and how shitting on his mate.
Oh,
and so
what?
they never.
Oh, so he's a
they-
dog?
Yeah, he's a dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the two
classic.
most cancelled has to be because then it still not allowed on Twitter is obviously Alex Jones and David
Yeah.
Icke. Why the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
Why the fuck do they go? David Icke just got banned from all of Europe. Like
Fucking, that's pretty hectic.
by
eh?
the by the European
Beat that
Union.
cunt. I got banned from a whole country.
The European
That's a
Union.
continent, bro.
Yeah,
It's not,
Continent,
it's
yeah.
not even a
They
country.
banned
It's a
him
fucking
from the
continent.
Schengen zone, like the whole Schengen zone.
That's
He-
so many countries, bro.
and they said there's no place for conspiracy theorists. It's like, okay, if he's so wrong and crazy, why are you so fucking scared of David Icke that you would ban him from a fucking continent?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so.
But also, if you're not a part of the EU, can you still visit your country?
Yeah.
Must
So
be
it's
able-
just
so
that
it's only the EU
it's just that
countries.
Schengen zone,
Yeah.
where we have the EU passport.
Did you post
It's like
that?
30 countries.
Did you post that one
Still a lot of
in
countries, bro.
in here? I think the other in the group chat.
Fucking insane.
I saw
That
it.
was like fucking when they tried to tell Snoop Dogg he couldn't come here to perform.
Oh
And then
yeah, I
they
remember
didn't
that.
they didn't let him in, eh?
Oh, so David Icke's banned from Australia too. They won't let David Icke in. It's not what all he talks a lot about consciousness. I love David Icke, man. He talks about consciousness and a lot about about reincarnation and stuff like that. He's a fascinating dude.
So he's an idiot.
But man, like,
But what's so bad about him?
I
What
don't
are they?
think
What
so.
are they?
I think that's what I mean. If he's such a crazy idiot, why did they ban it? Why they ban him from half the world? I honestly think.
And also, why is he 3,000 years old? He has to be.
Yeah.
If he's figured out reincarnation, then
Nah.
the lizard people are like, we got to fucking keep that shit under
his
wraps.
idea in
We got to keep it under wraps.
His
Cancel
idea
him.
is the simulation, that we're in a simulation, right? And we keep coming back here. But his whole thing is that it's a trap that you get stuck here. It's an interesting. He just wrote a book.
It's the
on it.
Matrix.
Yeah, but his whole thing is that when you like see the light and you go into the light and feel this warmth, you get stuck back here. And his whole thing is the way he explains it's interesting, man. Like he's not.
The best theory.
But how is that cancelling it from a continent? Like, what did he say that they're so angry about?
They said there's
He
no place
revealed
in
the
you.
lizard people's secrets. I'm telling you. No, but side note, the reincarnation thing. Going to what you said about the light, the most interesting theory I've heard with reincarnation is they do say that when you're dying, you see a light at the end of the tunnel. Someone explained to me that is you being birthed again, and I was like, if that's true, that's fucking epic. Could you imagine, like, as you die, you're just like, wah,
But then
and you
why-
come out as a fucking baby?
I honestly
Hectic,
do.
bro.
I think that there is something to it because I think we are in some simulation or something. It's fucking weird, man. Like,
Hold on.
oh, here we go. What do you think What do you think reality is?
No, I just got to put this
Dude,
up every
I
time.
don't know, man.
I think it could be
reality. My idea of realities are things that I can see and touch and feel. You know, the five or however many.
What
senses
do you
there are.
speculate on? It's an interesting thing to speculate on. is what I'm-
100%.
like-
It's interesting to think about and to theorize about, but I wouldn't go as far as to say it's a simulation. Although it does sometimes feel like that. I don't think it's that, man. I think it goes back to the Graham.
Maybe not, but-
I think it goes back to the Graham Hancock thing. We're not living the right life.
No, but what is reality?
We
Like,
should be
is it-
eating 1 million mushrooms a day and just like expanding our minds in that aspect as opposed to working 9 to 5s and just working ourselves to death.
I know, but what's consciousness? Like, where does that come? Maybe we're a projection of some. There's obviously different
Yeah.
realities. Like there's different dimensions. We know that. What is there? There has to be other beings living in other dimensions, things we can't see. And like when you have these drugs or these tools, as you would call it, it's definitely a real thing you're seeing. Like when you have mushrooms, you're seeing something real, another in a different way. It's not, you're not hallucinating, seeing random things that aren't there. You're seeing another part of reality.
I think,
Whatever
I think,
that
I
may
think
be.
with mushrooms, that's true. I think with acid, it's not. I think acid is like, because you see things like warp in front of you and it distorts the reality that you're at least aware of or conscious of to some degree. Where I think mushrooms like they heighten everything.
and
Like they
DMT
make
does.
lights, like everything, like colors become more vibrant. You you see vibrations. You know what I mean? Like you know how like our world is made up of a lot of vibrations. Everything has a resonant frequency. Sound impacts a lot of things. I think that is a big factor. And I think there are times if you take enough mushrooms, you can see those vibrations. I've definitely experienced that, and it's a fucking wild feeling.
Yeah.
And it shows just how connected everything is and how much external influence manipulates other things.
Like, why does music exist? Think about like the actual tones, and why is it when like you're tuning a guitar and it's in between a note? Why does it waver and then the vibration like flattens out when it goes in tune with other notes? Like, why do you get
You mean the resonance?
Dissonance.
the resonance? Yeah, and why is
That's
there?
just dissonance.
But why is there like why does music work? Why is there these things that just sound amazing to you and then some like that don't work? Like why is there a tune that can be out of tune? Or the dissonance that doesn't work together, and then there's
But then dissonance also works as well, which is weird.
Yeah.
In metal, it does.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
not
that's
even that.
true.
In blues, like
Oh, yeah.
you can, there's fucking like Guthrie Govan's a great example. He is a great user of dissonance in like.
But you
jazz
couldn't
fusion.
play a whole
It's-
song in dissonant notes. Like you
No, only sections. And I
Yeah.
think it is to sort of like
jolt. It's like a
yeah, it's to put a bit of fucking something else in there and sort of like reset it almost, like because normally it comes into you would have a dissonant bit and then it will stop and then it will like flow back into what it was doing. Usually,
I guess music is there because of sounds and vibrations and everything, and these frequencies.
Well, I
and everything
mean, people
is
started making
resonating.
music. Even like if you go Aboriginals, which are one of the oldest races, they have music.
That's not music.
I mean, it's not much of music, but
The
but
didgeridoo is the sticks.
didgeridoo is pretty sick.
I
yeah.
mean, sticks are percussive,
But it's still people came out with specific time signatures. Like
Yeah.
you have swing, which is a
Yeah.
thing, and then you just have standard 4/4 and all these 3/4 and all these different things that people probably didn't know what that meant back then, but they still intrinsically had that in their head, right? It
how
just
good
came
is
out.
how good is 3/4? Just quietly.
Yeah, yeah,
My favorite timing signature
The
by far.
swing sort of beat.
yeah.
Not
It
so,
is.
no,
I
not
do a
so
lot of
much
7/8.
used, not so much used in a swing sense.
I do a lot of 7/8 stuff, and then I do a lot of 4/4 with 7/8 over the top. That's I don't know why, but it just always happens.
Polyrhythm.
Yeah. But 7/8 and a 4/4 is it's not 7/8. It'd be 8/8 and 7/8.
Yeah.
And that it doesn't sound that odd.
Yeah.
Like Tool do a lot of 7/8 stuff.
Of course they do.
Yeah. And so that and then they have just something over the top that's in standard.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really sound that odd.
Aimed at A Buds has said, my newborn son died, and a
I put
psychic
this one
told
on.
me I'd give birth to him again in 4 years' time with the same birthmark and that he'll look the same. It happened like she said it would. When he was 3, we were camping and he came up. He came up and told us that he'd died once before. Weird. Dude, there's so many random stories of kids like remembering other lives and buried bodies and weird things, and then it turns out to be true.
I saw a thing the other day that someone said somewhere along the time they said out of everything that humans are trying to advance in and what we know about everything, the thing like you talk about the universe, you talk about the deeps of the oceans, all that shit. The thing we know the least about is a brain. So it's right here in front of us, and we know the least about it.
Yeah.
We know more about the universe than we know about our brain.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's
the
pretty
brain
hectic.
must be.
I don't think we know that much about the universe, to be honest.
Well, probably not, but we seem to, or be more interested in. There was a thing
No,
I
no,
watched
yeah.
also on dogs, right? So no one has ever really done that much investigation into how smart dogs are. Because they're just like, whatever. We want to know how smart dolphins are or how smart monkeys are.
Yeah.
But we don't give a shit about dogs. And so some guys decided, we're going to do some stuff on dogs and see how smart, intelligent they are. And they're like, well, actually, they're more intelligent than we thought they were.
Yeah.
Like everyone thinks they're just dumb animals that copy commands. But like when you give them choices and more harder things to sort of come up with, they manage to do it still.
Have you seen the thing with dogs where they put like those buttons and they say like a different thing?
Oh yeah.
And they put like
Is that legit or is that just random?
I think it's legit, bro. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
okay.
sure it is. I've seen enough videos that seem to make me think it is.
Yeah.
But like they'll start off with like their dog and it's a puppy, and it will have like 3 to 5 options, and it's like food,
Yeah.
walk, bed, simple shit. And they'll press it and they'll be like, oh, you want to go for a walk, and then they'll take the dog for a walk. Obviously, if you bust the lead out, they're gonna want to do it anyway.
Yeah.
But like the food thing, like if your dog's not hungry, they won't eat because they're not like most dogs don't do that. They'll just be like, nah, I'm good, don't need to eat. But this dog will press a button and they feed them and they're straight onto it.
Yeah.
So, but then it's like they'll do other shit. They'll be like cuddle, like kisses, shit
Yeah.
like that, and then they have an option of like 30 things in the end, and
Yeah,
they
I've
can
seen
like
that.
they can like spell out a sentence. They're like it's got like their name, so they register that they have a name, and they register that when they press that, they're going to get the person's attention to look over there and be like, oh, let's say the pub's. We'll use my dog. It's Jose. My dog's way too retarded to do this, but it like hit the thing about Jose wants food.
Yeah.
Like it can almost say like
Yeah,
a
I know.
Neanderthalic sentence.
But
It's
do you
fucking
think
crazy,
if
bro.
you, do you think it's because it's the placement of it, like rather than what, or like?
I don't
Because if
think-
you mix them all around, would they still go? Oh,
I think it would take them a while.
I don't think they're able to contemplate their own existence or anything like that. They may be able to learn simple tasks, but human
and that's
beings-
what this is. But it's a form of communication, which is not as a simple task. I don't think.
But then you talk about that. But then there's like things like we always look like when they talk about recalling something, they always say, especially they always say that your vision is the worst the thing to use as an indicator of if something exists or not. Like if you can use radio waves or if you can use infrared or something else, that's a better indicator that something's there. Your eyesight is always wrong, you know?
Well, because of like mirages and other shit like that, or like just your brain. You can
just your
trick
brain. You
yeah.
can trick your brain, whereas you can't. So we're using the senses we have to the limits of our abilities to see things and to make sense of things. A dog's smell is what, like 10 times better than ours or something?
Yeah.
Imagine what that cunt fucking smells compared to you, and what it gets from that, like what it learns from.
That's where I think that intelligence is a spectrum. So there's different forms of intelligence, and what we define as intelligent works for us.
Yeah.
But like,
Oh, it's even a spectrum in our own species. Like you, that idiot that made that comment the other day called it. He said we're dumb, and then he's like, "You're basically like, how do we get smarter?" He's like, "Well, first complete high school, then go to uni." And it's like you saying that sentence. I don't think you're smart enough to realize it. Makes you look like the dumbest cunt of all time. That you think intelligence comes from going to university and parroting books and a lecturer.
It's worse than that.
And
It's worse than
retaining information.
He doesn't even say what to study.
Yeah.
He just says
go do an arts degree.
Follow the norm, then you're smart. It's like, okay, cunt, and who do you call when your car breaks down?
Yeah.
You don't call fucking Curtin University, do you, champ? You call fucking mechanic.
Imagine
because you don't know how to do that shit. There's levels of intelligence, bro.
Well, this is the problem, and this is parroted through every single news thing when they talk about dating, right? So there's a problem, whereas men are not going to college, they're not going to uni anywhere near as much as women, right? And so now women are saying, I want an intellectual guy on my level that has been to university and has a degree in something. You know, I want someone on par. It's like, firstly, because you've got a degree in something, you're still a retard.
Yeah, but also it doesn't mean shit. What did you study? What did you study firstly?
Yeah.
And then secondly,
but who cares?
You want someone, but you want someone on your level.
Yeah.
You're just assuming that you have to have this base level of intelligence to get. Once you get into uni, bro, you branch off like crazy, and uni teaches you to be independent. It teaches you to do your own research, to study things, to look at things.
Does it?
It's meant to. But I think it's sort of taken a turn, and now it's pretty much just like,
It's an indoctrination
here's all the
center.
information. This is what you need, and if you go outside that, we'll fucking kick you out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like it's such an ignorant fucking statement to make, and for someone who portrays this idea that they're intelligent, that's the dumbest shit to say.
Yeah, but that's what's happening, right? Like it's literally, so a lot of people think it, because a lot of women think it, because they're like, oh, I want to date someone on my level, and it's like,
so you want to date the gum on the bottom of my shoe?
Think about
That's what
this.
you want. You want to date the gum on the bottom of my shoe.
Think about the people that complied the most, just from observation, with all this shit, without even questioning it, were mostly white collar people.
Yeah.
Most of from what I've noticed, the people that even just from the protests, things like that, a lot of blue collar people. You know, and
it was.
a lot of white collar people mask straight on, bit of fear porn, mask straight on without questioning it, and then when they talk to you, you can tell a lot of people have never even thought about questioning it. Yeah. They're just like, what do you mean it's not? They're telling us that.
But
their idea of intelligent as well is going, did you watch the news?
Yeah.
Did you hear what the news said?
Yeah.
I'm intelligent because at 6:30 p.m. I sit down and I watch the news.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking good for you,
That has to be the furthest thing from intelligence.
But someone said,
I think
it was
a program that has lied to you and continues to lie to you has been called out for lying.
And you haven't noticed.
And backtrack when they get called out for lying, and then go, please still trust us, and then feed you more bullshit. And you're there just being like, yep. It's basically the alien face hugger, just like fucking putting eggs of fucking
and you
information.
you have you have a hatred for Trump that's unwarranted because he just calls out the media. What did he do from day one? They're lying to you. The media's are liars. Fake news.
Yeah.
Before that, no one called it out.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, oh, they hate Trump and that.
Well,
He
now they
was
hate Elon
fucking
Musk.
right.
He's the new guy. He's the new guy to hate. Elon Musk is the taken over by far.
Yeah.
Fuck me, they hate him, eh? And
I
I
just
think
want
it's
someone to hate, bro.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah. Well, so with that, right? So the latest thing with Elon Musk is that Apple.
Oh no, they want to take off.
Want to take Twitter out of the App Store.
Go for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it doesn't really matter now. Well, it does matter for the future for Twitter. If you take it out of the App Store, no one can get the fucking app. or I don't know where he
Well,
hosts
you
it.
can.
You can, yeah.
You definitely can.
Yeah. So, but
If you don't have an app, you just fucking go on a web browser.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
this, I understand it will have an impact.
Yeah, it
but if
definitely
you really want to see, so this is how fucking lazy our population is.
Oh, yeah,
like if you
definitely,
want
yeah.
to see something, you have the internet on your phone. You have a browser, and if your browser blocks it, download one that doesn't block it.
Yeah.
There's
but that people won't.
Well,
browsers
people won't
you
do
can
it.
fucking
But download
but
Brave
this is how fucking dumb our population is. They're like, if they delete Twitter, they're killing free speech. No, they're not. No, they're not. You can still access it, you fucking moron.
Yeah. So, well, anyway, Apple want to get rid of it,
By
but they haven't given a
design,
reason. So they're just like, obviously, because it's interrupting it's
here's
interrupting the narrative.
racism,
Oh, yeah.
Nazism,
Yeah,
all
all
the
that
woke
shit.
reasoning.
But you gotta think about like Twitter had 7,000 employees. I don't know if it's just US or everywhere.
Yeah.
And he culled 5,000 of them or something, and it works fine.
Yep.
So what the fuck were 5,000
No,
people doing?
Freeloading idiot.
Yeah. So
Pretty much. But it's also like, it's a company like that, they would create these positions that are just nothing positions.
Oh, 100%.
And it would be like,
For
we don't
wokeness.
want to, we
You
don't want
send
to
that
pay
day-
someone a redundancy, so we'll just push them into a role that's bullshit. And they can just choose to stay there, or they'll probably quit off their own merit because they realize that their life has no meaning anymore.
Imagine
Yeah.
the
And
size
usually
of
that's what
the HR
happens.
department there. It'd be
Massive.
like, that's probably 7,000 strong, and there's like 5
It
employees.
has to, it has to be.
Yeah.
The size of the HR department always has to be big because they hire whales. They hire whales of women to run it. Why is it always that HR chicks are the fattest bitches ever?
They are.
The
They
thing with-
always are, bro. I don't
Yeah.
care. I'm a fat cunt, but I fucking work hard. I was sweating my fucking balls off today.
Oh, today
It's
was hideous,
hot
bro.
as shit, bro. Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
would know, Mr. Office Boy. Aircon pumping.
the
You'll
fu-
walk from the car to the lift. You're like, whoa.
You think so? The fucking aircon's broken in the fucking building. You think I finally get to have
Hang
some-
on, really?
Yeah, I was sitting there.
You're paying fucking.
Bro, I swear there was no aircon today. I was just sitting there like, cool. They're trying to fix it, but it's like, cool.
Good camera job there, Drew. Just straight in front of it, eh?
James Go said, now the Victorian election seems to be a fraud. Election results and preferences were fucked with. Let me tell you something about that election. Do you think that you would get almost 1 million people in the streets protesting this motherfucker? They hate him. How many people didn't go? We said this before. It would have to be, 1 to 3 to 1 maybe wouldn't go that hate him.
Yeah.
In a state of 6.5 million, there's no fucking chance he won by a landslide.
I don't think so.
He can't. You can't. And he just
It doesn't.
doesn't make sense.
We had someone call in from Melbourne. He was just like, no one likes him.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just.
Do you know
I
how
don't
much
think-
people hate you to get almost 1 million people in the streets?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's never happened ever. It was.
And what's 1 in 6? That's already 20%. No,
Yeah.
20 something. No, less than. I
Yeah,
I
bit-
can't do math.
bit less than 20? Yeah.
15?
That's huge.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know. I fucking
And
don't
then,
know.
and then think about it's across the independent voters, the minor parties, and the Liberal part, the other parties, and that cocksucker. It's so frustrating because it's all rigged. Like in
Yeah.
Brazil, everyone knows, and
Oh,
and
have
you
you-
just have to sit there and fucking watch
Have
and
you
see
s-
this cocksucker come up and be like, "We got to get the video up of this dickhead." Eh? He's-
Oh,
We,
winning
well, we got a
when he
few
won.
things we need to talk about in regards to state government. So there's Dan Andrews' re-election, but there's also 33,000 COVID fines have been thrown out in New South
Yeah.
Wales Supreme Court.
I love it.
33,000.
Who would have thought that?
33,000 fines
Jesus
are
Christ.
now invalid.
What were the
Who
fines
would have
about?
thought a mandate
So-
wasn't fucking law? Who would have thought that it? We fucking knew. We were saying it the whole time. Remember we
Yeah,
had
we were.
the
And people were giving a shit
I
about
remember
know
it.
this
your
very
rights
well.
on.
And
Remember
people
we-
were giving
yeah.
a shit about it, saying like,
Yeah.
you're going to get in trouble and all this shit.
Yeah.
Nope.
But so it was some law firm, I forget their name, but they represented 3 people because they were like, we can fight this.
It was a small country law firm or something. Well,
I don't know. I don't even recognize the name, so I wouldn't be surprised if it is a small
yeah, it was
firm. And
apparently.
it would make sense for a small firm to fucking if you want to fucking come out and, guns blazing, you're going to take a hard case that most other places wouldn't fucking touch. So you're like, well, we're not scared. We're going to give it a crack. And they fucking won.
Yeah.
And so the government had to basically concede and go, yeah, no, we had no right to issue these
And so
fines.
that's the precedent
Is
for everyone,
something
right?
happening now?
33,000, bro.
Do you
We will
think-
send a
Fucking
link
hell.
if we want to watch
Do you
it.
think
But
that it's starting to turn? Like all these little things like that. Why is that happening now? That's very odd. And all the people
Because it
coming
takes
out
time.
against the
Yeah, it just
jab.
takes
and-
time.
it takes time, man. Like, so they would deliberately delay as much as they could.
Yeah.
So most people would get scared because the ombudsman's on his way. Because you leave a fine and then it goes through these stages and it racks up, and then you get bad credit. It fucks with your life, man. Like
Yeah.
you can serve jail time for not unpaid fines.
Yeah, yeah.
So a lot of people there is a reason why people like why the people who want the money are like, let's just delay. They'll fucking pay it.
They're also
They'll
talking
fucking
about
pay it.
reimbursing everyone. That got
As they
fi-
should.
That pay. Yeah. Man,
Fuck yeah.
reparations for whites.
what about
finally.
people that got jailed? Yeah.
Well, here we go. There's,
that got
there's this
jailed.
one as well that's just cropped up on my Twitter
fucking
from
hell.
Mark McGowan. It says, "We're committed to strengthening the trust, transparency, and accountability of government within Western Australians.
Fuck off, you.
That's why we've provided the Auditor General with a statutory right to access highly sensitive government information such as cabinet documents and legal advice. So we need the health advice finally, because he wouldn't do it before. He
What-
wouldn't give us the health
better
advice.
yet, show us where the $6 million came from.
Yeah, show us
Yeah.
unexplained wealth and show us your deals that the government did with Big Pharma. Show us, make them public so we can read exactly what you fucking did.
Thing is that it's the same deal with all the other things with McGowan. It's a guy that he appointed.
Yeah.
So he's already
pull up this
fucking.
link though. James Go sent us a link because someone else posted it in the OnlyFans. It was an article about the New South Wales government throwing this thing out. But yeah, that TikTok there that you just fucking got rid of, you dumb dog.
Hold on, so you said
I
James
s-
Go send it.
Yeah, he sent it through to me and I sent it through to our chat. Sorry.
This one?
Yeah.
Right.
I should have mentioned that. I haven't seen this personally, but because I don't,
Ah.
I don't go on TikTok.
Laura posted it on there.
Here
Why
we
does
go.
that stop when you do that?
Who knows?
Oh shit!
It's the wrong one.
That should work though, shouldn't it?
No, because it's on the wrong. You opened a new browser, eh?
Okay.
I love these bits of the episode where it just dies in the ass completely.
Yeah, it's great, eh?
It's solid.
That's why we need fucking
We need a Google monkey, eh?
a monkey. Yeah.
Yeah. How far off are we from having monkeys being able to actually do this shit for us?
Following a
They reckon
stunning
monkeys are
admission
going
from
through
the
the
state
stone, eh?
government that they were never
Oh, yeah?
valid. The embarrassing capitulation forced by a Supreme Court challenge from a small community legal centre.
New South Wales in a state of COVID lockdown. Stay-at-home orders and beach closures.
The coastal walk is officially closed.
Police put up checkpoints ordered to find people doing the wrong thing.
We're doing nothing wrong.
62,138 fines
do
were
they?
issued during
Fuck
the
off, dickhead.
pandemic. Today, more than half were withdrawn.
There you go.
Today,
Now be excused or refunded.
But it's only half. How's that? More than half. Okay, so it's half. More than half is probably 50.1%.
Why? What's the other half about? What's different
Another
to those?
33,000.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what did they do that they keep?
Well, times that shit by 5,000, bro.
I think it's just.
And then that's how much money the government's like, we can't throw them all.
I
out.
think it's
We need
also
some of it.
part of backpedaling. Like they never admit they're wrong all at once.
Yeah.
They do a little bit of backpedaling.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because they're trying
Well,
to
they'll
say.
give like an inch, just an inch,
Yeah.
and that's it. That means sorry in government speak.
I think
Normally
that there's
normally the term is give an inch and get a mile.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to be that way. It's like give an inch, get a millimeter. Like that seems how it goes.
Yeah,
Eh?
well,
Fuck, McGowan, I just want to see McGowan face up to something. Like, he's getting investigated for
The gallows?
corruption. Yeah, the gallows would be fucking great. But the problem is, bro, he's like, oh, we're opening out all our archives and everything. No, you're fucking not. As if you store the corrupt shit in there.
Yeah.
As if any of that's on file. And he acts like he's an open book and he's so fair. You're a corrupt piece of shit, and everyone knows he's doing deals with the Chinese. He's a fucking.
They all are, bro. They
He's
all
scum,
are.
man.
I would
greasy cunt.
I would build the fucking the gallows drop for free.
Same.
Like
I'll buy the
I would
material.
take all the cost.
Yep.
Buy everything from
I'll
Bunnings.
chip in and buy the
Yep.
material.
Yeah, I'll buy all the fucking material just to watch that. I'll buy the rope. I'll fucking wear the fucking mask and pull the lever. It's the only mask I'll wear.
Yeah. Wear the hangman's mask.
Yeah. I'll just wear a normal mask. It was.
Have you seen the fucking shit going on in China at the moment?
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Hectic.
Finally, the Chinese are standing up for themselves.
I haven't seen that much, I've heard snippets. So fill me in.
Full gone crazy, man.
Yeah, so
Protesting
it
and
started
kicking down barriers.
So here's the thing: how it started, and it's fucking amazing.
It was a soccer game, eh?
No, well, that's sort of a side thing. It's been a lot of little things, but I think the final straw. Well, I mean, the final straw for me would have been I've been locked down for a year for no fucking reason. That would have probably done it for me. But so they had a so what they do, you know how they like weld the doors shut and shit,
Yeah.
like apartment complexes, and they put up barriers around the whole thing so no one
Yeah.
can leave. They've done that, and then a fire broke out in an apartment.
That's right, and it killed
And
6 people. some
Yeah,
shit,
and it was
yeah.
10 or something. And they couldn't,
Yeah.
the fireys couldn't get to it because of all the barriers and the
Yeah.
fucking blockades and shit.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's it. We've had enough of this shit. Like, and so
Yeah.
they started rioting. And then the Chinese government, the CCP, they released a statement saying that it was because they weren't strong enough to overcome the fire.
Dude,
That's why they
I
died.
did actually hear this, and I had this conversation with someone, and I was talking about because they were like, "Yeah, the lockdowns over there are ridiculous. You know, like they're under pressure, right?" And the whole time they've been arguing that lockdowns are a good thing,
Yeah.
and that lockdowns work. And I was just like, "Well, this just proves that." Like, I was like, "So hang on,
They have more
they
cases
work
than
in
ever.
Western countries, but they don't work in Eastern countries." Okay.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't fucking make any sense to me. If lockdowns work, China should have absolutely no fucking diseases right now.
Yeah.
Because they've literally been like everything should be eradicated.
Yeah.
I guarantee that like
No, it's worse.
hepatitis and everything else is still fucking running rampant.
Oh, yeah, it would be.
100% it is. Gonorrhea, all that sort
No,
of
but
shit.
even COVID is worse. It's worse than any other country.
Yep. It just proves that lockdowns don't fucking work.
No, they
and
don't.
they're like, no, they do work. They do work. It's just it's very oppressive over there. I'm like, it was oppressive here. I was like,
Yeah, what?
why are you drawing a fucking line here? Like, the action is the same. They just did it more intensely, and if they did it more intensely, therefore it should be more effective.
What
no?
about,
by the same argument?
So most of Africa, I think the whole continent's at around 6% vaccinated, and COVID's pretty much gone. Why is it
Yeah,
going up
7%,
in
yeah.
Israel and here and fucking Taiwan and every country that has mass jab? It
other
ain't
thing
a
is-
hard one to work out. It's
The other
quite
one-
fucking simple. that
Yeah,
one.
well, the other argument that the fucking lefty flogs say is like
Lefty
China has one of the lowest death rates. I'm like, you really think that the statistics coming out of China are fucking true?
And even the
You think the statistics coming out of our own country
Yeah,
are true?
exactly,
Like,
yeah.
come on, bro.
and the video, yeah,
Can we call leftist flogs the flogs?
the vlogs. So yeah, what did Luan say? She's like Google who was on Times 1938. It's Hitler on the Time magazine. He was Person of the Year.
Well, that was before because they hosted the Olympics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it's a good point to how people view these clowns today, like the McGowans. They put him on this pedestal. They call him Daddy.
Whoa.
It's a good point to how it will be viewed in the future. Like
Mate,
people
yeah. What
viewed
the fuck?
Hitler at the time as a
Savior.
yeah savior of
happened
the
here.
country.
Well, he brought back like
Something happened.
industrial like growth to Germany, and he
Yeah.
increased their fucking like economy and everything, man.
Uh,
And then he was like, "But we
We're
have
just
to kill
gone
the
to
Jew."
zero.
And now you can't even mention
Why?
his fucking name.
Oh, the video has ended. That's why.
What do you mean the video's ended?
They just said it on Facebook. The video has ended.
Yeah, for why though?
Was live. Boom.
That doesn't make any sense. It just stopped for no reason.
Yep.
It says it is live on mine.
We've been banned on Facebook.
You reckon?
Yep.
Interesting.
Banned on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, the
maybe.
video's ended.
What the fuck? Hal?
Fuck, it's pathetic, isn't it? Fucking
How good is this, bro?
pathetic. We need to get everyone over to Rumble. It's the only way. We keep saying it, we never
Yeah.
do it.
This is fucked.
All right.
It's
I'll
still,
just try and figure
is
it
it
out.
still recording? It's still recording anyway, so.
Yeah, it's still recording, but why did it stop live. That doesn't make any sense.
There's no like notification.
It would have banned us.
I don't know. Maybe it just dropped out or something.
No, well,
Have you got internet connection?
Dude, it's still going on. Yeah, it's still going fine on Restream. So
Yeah.
it got banned.
What the fuck? Live action banning. Who would have thought it, eh?
What did we talk?
Fuck
What were
hell.
we just talking?
Yeah, it says
about?
unable to connect.
What were we just talking about when we got banned?
Turn it off and turn it on again. Here we go. The
Thanks,
classic-
electrician.
yeah,
What were we
classic
talking
day.
about? We got Hitler being on the cover.
Oh,
Hang on. Wait a minute.
oh, we're back.
We're back.
No, we never
Conspiracy.
stopped on Telegram.
What the
Conspiracy.
fuck, cunt? Is that a new live video then?
Yeah, I would say.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry, guys. We're hated. We're clearly hated.
Yeah. Oh no, it's live.
Oh no, it's back on the same.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
back on
oh,
the
we're back
same.
on. Sorry,
Oh,
guys.
it's on the same one.
Yeah,
Well, that's handy.
yeah. Don't know what happened there. Sorry. We're back. What were you saying?
What was it that we were talking
I
about?
don't know. We just got completely sidetracked.
Oh, fuck me. All right. Because of
That
that.
mean that got us banned?
No, it's a new video.
Hitler on fucking.
Oh, yeah. But I'm just going to.
It is a new video, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Whatever. Means all
The
links
pride
are
flag
posted.
looks good
Don't
behind
you?
you, Normie. Thanks, man. Is that Adam? That's the guy I used to work with, eh?
Adam
I
Joshua.
don't know. Is it?
Yeah. The guy that went to your birthday?
Oh, that I used to work with.
Yeah. What's his name? He worked with you and Jaden at QB.
Oh, that's no, that's not him. That's Troopy.
What's his name?
Alex.
Alex.
Alex
That's right. I need to
Troop.
start with A. That's my bad.
Yeah. Shout out to Troopy.
Yeah.
Um,
He's a legend, man.
yeah, he's
I
a
had
good
hell good
cunt,
yarns
man.
with him,
He's a
eh?
hell good bloke.
Yeah. He should come out more.
Yeah, he hell loves us boys.
Interesting. There's a lot of different guys on the chats when we do Wednesdays. Like maybe some people just don't tune in on Thursday because they're busy or something.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yep.
You know? But yeah, fucking.
Wait, so this is oh fuck.
I was gonna talk shit about
Adam's
my work,
from
mate.
Melbourne.
About what?
Oh, Adam from
What's
Melbourne.
up, Adam?
Sup, bruh?
Phil,
He was the bloke who called in the other day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
sorry for the Dan Andrews sitch. It's unfortunate. Hopefully he swing. Who's worse, McGowan or him? Like I was looking at him and just he's such a fucking horrible person, Dan Andrews. Like when he did that rant about everyone being racist and misogynist.
I reckon
he's
Dan
so
Andrews is worse.
Yeah, I think he's more of it. Like I think he really enjoys being a cunt to people.
Well, the thing is that like we didn't get the level of sort of pushback from police and stuff. I mean, we did, but not as bad as Victoria did.
Yeah,
so they also had
militarised
longer
the police.
lockdown,
Mm.
and he was unapologetic the whole time. So
McGowan's more of a
McGowan would have
coward.
loved to have done what Dan Andrews did. I
He's
bet
more
you he
of a-
looks up to him like, oh, you're my hero.
100%.
He's a
He
more-
looks
he's
up
a-
to him because Dan Andrews can say the word S without like fucking going like that. So
I bet
he
you
looks up to
McGowan-
him.
I
He looks
bet you
up to him for a
McGowan
number
goes,
of reasons, bro.
Yeah, you're good, Dan Andrews, but did you have a tank come to your place of work? I bet you didn't.
Yeah, but he goes, of course it didn't happen because I locked down the entire state properly. He's just like, I kept him in lockdown for 6 months.
Yeah.
So,
See how they turned around a fucking
But
cruise ship, apparently. It was headed to Bali because
Oh,
it
it's
was
coming
full of
back
COVID
again.
or something.
what?
I
They
was
turned
like,
it away
dude,
from Bali?
From
or
Bali, yeah. Turned
Yeah.
it away from Bali. It's like, man, if
So
you don't
Indonesia
know...
knows what's up.
Well, the thing is that Indonesia, it's always since the start had ridiculous high cases because it's Indonesia. So you're taking a cruise ship of people with COVID to a place where there's probably 5,000 times more COVID. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
What does it matter?
Oh, sorry. I think I misunderstood. I thought you were saying that the cruise ship was headed to Bali, and Bali were like, "Nah, we're good, thanks."
Yeah, that's what they said.
just fucking
okay.
Yeah.
quit it, honestly. Quit the fucking
But Bali or
bullshit.
Indonesia, not Bali, but Indonesia is full on board still. They still got the vaccine passport.
Yeah, but
course they do.
so does Japan, so does fucking America technically.
Yeah, America
America's
does.
not
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
But they're not enforcing it.
What is?
Oh,
this?
someone sent this. I can't. I'm sorry for.
Hang
I
on,
don't know.
do the intro.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
an intro?
This is,
Well, bro, look at him.
yeah, it's a
There's,
retarded.
there's an intro. Surely.
All right, well, let's just watch this quickly.
Fuck, marry,
Yeah, but
kill.
do the intro first.
Oh, thank you.
I have issues.
You do, cunt.
They're thinking I'm lost. I'm an adult now. I can do whatever I want. My drag name is Aurora Shebang.
Let's party!
I like to burn stages. I like to kill. You can't be nervous. I don't hide from the shadows. I had a bit of fighting me. My performance is amazing. My mum thinks my performance is amazing. Nothing that stops me. I think I am a role model. I'm not actually 100% sure. My name's Otto Baxter, and I'm a drag queen.
Why are we celebrating this?
I don't know. What's with the music?
That's a Downey drag queen. Oh.
What? Why are we? Why do they fall victim to? You know, when I started to get when we started to get down with Normie thing.
Yep.
And all the videos that people sent in was Downey drag.
Yeah.
It's fucking. It's an underground scene, bro. That's slowly becoming above ground.
I bet you it's people pushing their opinion on less,
100%.
Well,
Because they have the brains of children, and they're pushing it on kids. And so naturally, these like 30-year-old Down syndrome retards,
and they get
with the minds of a child, are like
they get the attention when they do the thing. They get the reaction. They get the attention. So
because everyone's like so tough, so brave, amazing, and it's like not really, kind of fucking weird.
People
Like, a lot weird.
Yeah.
Normal drag, weird.
Yeah.
Funny,
funny, Yeah, it's
entertaining.
fun, yeah.
But it's a bit weird.
It
and
is a
that's
bit.
that's the whole like appeal to it. Is it's a bit fucking weird.
Roscoe said drag syndrome.
Yeah.
Matt
Drag
Nichols said,
syndrome.
fuck, marry, kill McGowan, Palaszczuk, and Andrews. I would fuck McGowan to death, kill Andrews, and then I would marry Palaszczuk and then kill myself.
All right.
Widower.
Palaszczuk. Marry her. Can you marry her to death?
Don't think so.
I'll be like, I do till death. Now, boom.
Imagine if you
You're
told.
like,
imagine
fuck,
if you,
marry, kill. Like I kill them, kill myself, and then kill that one as well.
imagine if you told someone like 20 years ago that there would be drag shows at like kids' fucking schools and shit. Imagine if you told someone, they'd just be like, "What?"
If you said you were all for it, you would get bashed.
How many? You know
Fuck
how?
yeah, you would. You
You
would
know
get
how
bashed, yeah.
schools have talent shows.
Yeah.
You know how some schools have like Downey sections. How many schools do you reckon have had a Down syndrome person do drag at talent show?
Oh, there would be definitely.
There'd be a couple.
Yeah,
By now, surely.
Yeah.
And if they weren't Downey, just regular, well, not regular kids, retarded kids that have undiagnosed retardation.
Yeah.
Doing it.
That fucking.
Because it's weird. It's just weird that like people are celebrate these things that like I I'm not fucking shitting on Down syndrome people.
Why
but,
not?
Like,
You should.
Because that's your job. It's not my job. My job's to laugh at you shitting on Down syndrome. But I mean, like, it's not. We used to like look up to like, well, let's just go like strong-willed people. It doesn't have to be male or female, but like strong men, let's say. But now, like people almost look down at if you're a strong man
Or a strong person.
Strong person in general, yeah.
Dude, it's classic, bro. Especially, like, this is where women are worse for it. Because they'll see a woman rise through the ranks, and they'll be like, she must be fucking the boss. You know, they come up with all these fucking, like, things about her, and they try and fucking belittle her. And now with strong men, they're just being like, oh, he's a fucking, he fucks people over, and he does this. And it's like with Trump, strong person, strong personality.
Yeah.
Has always been in a position of power, works his way into the ultimate position of power. And everyone's like, he's corrupt. He's just like, no, he's not.
The best one was the best one was that he's an idiot. He's not smart, and it's like, okay, probably the most successful man in history. And
Well, it's the same thing with Elon Musk.
All the people who said he wasn't smart were people who don't have empires.
Yeah,
like
100%. That's the same thing with Elon Musk. They call him a bad businessman.
If you're so fucking smart, why aren't you a billionaire?
How is the richest man in the world
you a billionaire?
bad businessman?
Yeah, if you're so
You
fucking smart
idiot.
and you invented something and then you made, you're obviously not
the
that
logic
fucking
too,
smart,
he had
bro.
6 companies that went bankrupt out of 100. And here's the thing: everyone that has some kind of success has multiple bankrupt companies because that's how you get ahead. Believe it or not, you fucking idiot.
Well, because
My
you're
old
taking a
man
risk.
is a perfect example.
You're taking
was
a risk.
was a silent investor in a company in New Zealand that went
That's
into
right,
liquidation.
yeah.
It wasn't his fault. He was just pumping money into it because he believed in the product. But the problem was the person running the company was overpaying herself and her husband like fucking crazy. Her husband was just a Sparky. I think I talked about this on the pod last week. But the point is that like it happens. It happens all the fucking time. So like it doesn't like I don't view my old man as a failure.
Well, that's,
you know,
that's
'cause he's
definitely got
obviously
to do
done
with
quite well
being
for himself.
strong.
Shit happens and you fucking roll with the
It's
punches.
literally like
But
someone trying to.
this version
the
of
hell in-
strong is taking a risk. That takes strength.
Mm.
Like if you want to be mediocre and never take a risk, you're not a strong person. You're just a regular person. Like he took a risk, which takes strength, like mental strength.
Yeah.
And fortitude to stick with it and try and make it work. You know, no one really knows. People don't. It's weird when people talk about Elon Musk or something like that, or Trump is bad at business that have never ever tried to run a business.
Always beta cock.
Try running a business and see how hard
My
it is.
brother tried it once. My brother tried to educate my dad about like certain like I think the difference between a private and a public company and like why you should be public and this and that and tried to get into the nitty gritty. And my old man just shut him down by being like, "How many companies have you fucking run? How many? Name them." And then my brother, you don't have to run them to know that. And he's like, "Yeah, but you get a pretty fucking good picture when you do."
Yeah.
It's like
I think you
it's
do.
An experience based thing. You don't fucking know. There's so
That's
many people that would think they know. Then they would start a company. Like you would fucking know with Dre and Nathan. You guys are basically right. Like it's brand fucking new. And the shit-
it's a fucking learning curve.
the shit
right?
you guys would be running into now, you could never have predicted.
It's like you were saying, that's a perfect example of what we're talking about before, people going to uni and then thinking that they're intelligent and they know it all. It's like, you got no experience. You usually come out of uni, you got zero experience in the real
Yeah, you're a
fucking
shit
world.
kicker.
You've been told that the world's this way, and you'll be successful if you,
Well,
if you
I'll
just
go even
learn things.
further.
But
With-
then
with-
that's
uni-
a perfect example. He just got shut down. Your dad's like, what does your fucking knowledge mean to wisdom and experience? This is
Nothing.
the whole thing. The pursuit of knowledge does not bring wisdom. It's
But uni-
experience and
uni-
wisdom that bring knowledge.
Uni, if you're in
Not
a
the other way
specific
around.
thing, say if you're a doctor, if you wanted to become like a brain surgeon, I'm sure you'd be on fucking $500,000 a year or more or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's a cap because you're in a trade or a profession. If you do a business like Elon Musk or Trump, there's no ceiling. Well, definitely not for Elon Musk. He's a fucking billionaire. Like there is no, you're only ever going to get $200,000 a year. Like so. Who's the smarter one?
But also on that, man, like brain surgeon's a perfect example, right? You go to uni, you study all these things, right? To become, let's say your goal is to become a brain surgeon. You only do surgeries on brains. You're a specialist. That's your goal. There is no fucking way that you graduated uni, did your placement in a hospital, and were immediately operating on people's brains.
Yeah.
Doesn't fucking happen.
Yeah.
Because just because you've done all the theory-based knowledge doesn't mean that you have the skills that are required to cut someone open
Hand
and remove a
skills for
tumor
one.
from their brain. That is a trade skill.
Yeah, it is.
It's a hands-on fucking skill. There's also a lot of knowledge, like theoretical knowledge behind it. But then again, you can look at pictures of the brain and get a full understanding of it, and then you cut someone's fucking skull open and you look at it. It's a complete
Even just like
wouldn't-
any tool, when you grab it, you're not even comfortable with it. You can't hold it still. You can't hold it the right way. It's muscle memory to even learn any kind of hand skill.
In my
So-
in my industry, it's very easy to know straight away who's done hands-on and who hasn't.
Yep.
Because everything is drawn as a plan, and someone has to put that together.
Yep.
And there's a lot of things that won't go together if you draw them a certain way, because it's just not physically possible for the tradesman doing it, right?
Yeah.
So, but they don't know that because they've only ever drawn it as a line on a page.
Well, they've never been given a design and then had to implement that
No,
design.
no.
And most of the, dude, this is an issue we're having at my work at the moment, where the company who's building these ships, they're German and they're just like refusing to admit that their designs are flawed. And it's just like, dude, there's problems, there's issues, and you need to fix them. They're like, no issues here. They're perfect. put it in. And it's like, nah, I can't. Like, you need to amend this. And they flatline refuse to do anything about it.
Yeah.
And it's fucked.
So do you think that they used to do that when they were like the showers are clogged? They're like, no, it's perfect. No, they got in there, they unclogged them, they put more Jews in there.
They put the Jews in there to unclog them. But it's just such like it's just one of those things where it's just like, dude, the reason why you think this is perfect is because in iCAD, it is perfect. Looks great, everything assimilates. Then in the real world, it doesn't fucking work.
It never does. Literally ever. Never goes together like that.
Never.
Like an architect or whatever will draw.
The perfect example with this is that all of the tray that they're mounting is off Sickler rail. So they've got like C-channel everywhere. But they didn't take into account the height of the studs that the Sickler rail bolts into and then the width of the Sickler. So fucking, you're meant to take a measurement from the bottom of the I-beam up to like a certain height, and that's where your tray's meant to be mounted. And some of those heights go beyond the fucking studs. And they're like, put the tray there. And it's like, it's impossible. It's literally impossible. Like, cannot do it. And they're like, oh, yeah, it's good though. It'll work. And it's like, will it? Because, like, you got a pipe that's sitting like 10 mil below that. So, no, it fucking won't. If they put it in at the right height, then we're all fucked. Like, it's just classic.
Isn't it sad that as a society that we've gotten to that point where they basically... There's this elitist mindset, and they try and belittle anyone outside of this small group of people that, you know, go to university, and they put that on such a pedestal. And if you look at a lot of societies like America or Europe is a big one, that no one goes into the trades anymore. So the trades in America too have become a thing for immigrants, and they work for nothing. You know, and
they do horrible work.
They do obviously they're building the structures. Like we got over in over east, we got buildings falling down because of these things. But then in Europe, they're so overeducated, and people get paid to. This is a big thing in Sweden. People just go and sit and they do fucking PhDs and whatever just to not leave uni, and then they come out and go and work at fucking McDonald's because there's no jobs for them, because every fucking person goes and gets this education rather than, you know, diversifying.
A family friend of ours got this like really, really specific PhD in this. I can't tell you what the field is. I don't actually know. I can't remember because he's a fucking boring person. But like, if it's interesting, he doesn't sell it as interesting. So whatever this field is, he's like a fucking 0.0001% of a person in Australia who can fucking do this job. And so naturally, there's no fucking jobs available for that position. So he graduated uni and was just a bum. He was a stay-at-home dad for a long time.
There's so many
just
people
trying to
like
find odd jobs, trying to like fucking scrape $2 together. And his misso was doing all the fucking work. And she's a pharmacist. And like, she was just like doing what she could to support her family. And she's like the person giving birth, creating the family, and then going back to work. And he felt really guilty, which, like, fair enough. But like, he's in that generation of people who got completely duped, where he was told, if you go to uni and you do the best you possibly can, like the outcomes that could, you know, the possibilities, the opportunities for you will be endless.
Yeah.
And then he's out there trying to apply for just like a job anywhere, and they're going, you're fucking way too overqualified for this job. You're not getting it. Like, because your expectation of what you think you should be paid, we could get a 14-year-old to do that same job and pay them nothing.
Yeah.
So, see ya. We're going to hire the young cunt, and they're going to do it, and they're going to have no idea for the next 5 years that they're underpaid, overworked. Like, you know, like, it's a no-brainer. Is he really smart?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, and a lot of
because
these,
it doesn't sound very smart to me.
like we said as well, a lot of these people really lack judgment and intuition. And intuition, I think, whatever you want to call intuition,
common sense.
Yeah, but people do have an ability to look at a situation, and they have a way of reading it, and whatever way you explain it through, a feeling you get. Looking at the you know, the expressions on people's faces, the feeling in the air. Is it aggressive? It's like being in a crowd. If it starts turning bad, if you have some kind of intuition, you can tell that.
Yeah.
But science tries to say that intuition, or believe the science people, the religion of science, they try and say that that's not real. And then they're sort of teaching a lot of people that at uni that everything is only the data and there's nothing outside of that.
Yeah.
But you can't speculate. And these people that lack intuition seem to be at the biggest disadvantage in society, because they seem to be just walking into anything. They're the ones that get led astray. And then in every regime, I just did it because I was fucking told.
Yeah.
They're the worst. They're the scariest people to have in a society. It's a society full of yes men that will fucking do what they're told.
Yeah, bro.
It's terrifying.
It is. It's fucked up, man.
But that's what
it shouldn't come
university
to that.
breeds. Yes, man.
Yeah.
It does. It never
Yeah.
used to, man. Like
No.
it used to be like an opportunity to expand your mind, and like you go to uni and you find all these different social groups, and you could be, oh, I never knew that this existed, and you know, there was a lot of aspects to it. When now it's fucking culture.
I think the woke agenda definitely hijacked a lot of free thinking from the universities and institutions.
Yeah.
And everyone thought that it didn't matter. Everyone was like, oh, it's just a bunch of uni students being idiots. You know, they'll grow out of it. But they didn't. They ended up spreading that poison ideology through the universities. And then they grew up, went into the big wide world. And now these are the idiots that are like, you know, working at Twitter, working at big tech or the head of companies. And now there's literally companies, the HR has turned into wokeism. It's like you can't say words of violence, you know. Obviously, you can't have physical violence. There needs to be a line, but words are not violent. People need to have thick skin and, you know, get rid of the blue hair.
Dude, the fact that words are violence is ridiculous to me. Even the propaganda that we see from our own government, you could consider as violence, but I wouldn't class it as that.
No.
It's not violence.
Violence
it's
is
just
a
wrong.
specific thing.
Violence, like, let's look at the definition of violence. I fucking guarantee you it has nothing to do with like things that aren't physical, because violence is a physical thing.
You know violence. People that say words of violence have never experienced violence.
Yeah.
Go and get
They've
your
never
head
been punched in the face, yeah.
They need it. They need to get bashed.
Yeah.
Once or twice, get their head punched in and realise what. If you didn't, you know, get tuned up once or twice in your life, you need it.
Yeah.
You know, you need a good tuning up. You don't. I mean, you don't need to be have your head stomped in, but everyone's got put in their place. Even just verbally, being told to shut the fuck up, being told why when you're running.
We get that fucking daily, pretty much.
Yeah, but I mean, the people that tell us are fucking. They're these kind of people. They're retarded. They're literally like that idiot the other day. Start by finishing high school and going to uni. First of all, you made that assumption that we haven't.
That's true.
And then you go to say that's the pinnacle, like we're talking about. You're obviously an idiot, and you'll never not be an idiot because you'll never learn because you already think that you're at the pinnacle of intelligence.
I think that I think that like if you grew up and you always wanted to be a doctor, then you've got to go to university. You have to, and you have to study for fucking years and years. And I think it takes a lot of effort and hard work. But I think that a lot of uni and that just stifles free thought and like
Thinking
being able
outside
to
the box.
it just doesn't it narrows your view down to this tiny little window, whereas if you don't go to uni the ideas just flow. Like some people I notice, like even like Rob, my drummer, he comes up with all these fucking crazy ideas. I wouldn't say they're crazy, but he'll go, I've got this hell good business idea. I want to do this and I want to do that. And I'm like, well, that's a pretty good idea, man. And I was like, have you got the time and the effort to put into it? And he's like, I'll try and get it done. Those type of people are the ones that end up being the Elon Musks and the fucking those people. It's not uni graduates.
There's a guy I went to Austell with who's inventing a product that we would all be very interested in.
Okay.
I can't talk about much of it because I'm not sure if they got the patent for it yet, and he's like hell concerned about people
Tell us
stealing
after.
it. Yeah, I'll tell you after, but yeah, it's a fucking good idea, man. And like, I never thought of it. And like, again, I don't think it's the sort of thing you would think about unless you had an open mind.
I think because uni is training you to go into the corporate world and work in a team and not
and be a yes man.
Yeah, not.
But it's fine if you're going to be a doctor or something or engineer to a certain extent. But like, I feel like some people might have that business sense or this mind to explore things, and then they go to uni because they think that's what you're supposed to do, and it just kills it.
Yeah,
and then they've lost it.
Going back to the to being like told to like shut the fuck up, I have a very like vivid memory.
Yeah, they look a bit shitty though.
From Clint, it's
Well, I'll have a look at it.
it's Tsunami, bro. It's good.
To Tsunami.
Yeah, Tsunami's fucking. Their sushi's good, bro.
It just looks like the avocado's off or something.
No,
It's
that's
a
the
bit.
soy.
It's a bit
I
brown.
didn't put any soy on it.
Oh, you didn't put. Oh, it's
Like
brown.
avocado goes brown like
Yeah, it does.
very quickly.
Yeah, it does, true.
So Clint, like when Clint and I were landscaping together, we had this like I wouldn't call it an argument, but it was a bit of a back and forth. And it was about like he was talking about his mum and like just the cost of living and the taxes she had to pay. And at the time, I was a fucking idiot just parroting whatever I heard. And I was like, there's a reason we pay taxes. Like everyone has to pay their due and rah and all this shit. And he was like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. He's like, you live in a bubble. Like, let's get real. Like you don't live out of home. Like you don't fucking really have bills and shit. Like you don't fully understand. Like, and I was like, no, like I know what I'm talking about. And he hit a point where he was just like, dude, just shut the fuck up. He's like, you literally, he's like, I can't express to you how much you need to shut the fuck up right now. Like you have no idea what you're talking about. And it was just one of those things where like at the time I was like upset and annoyed, but on reflection, I was just like, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Like genuinely have
And
no
if
idea.
you never got called out, how long much? I'm sure you realize one day because of the kind of person you are. But like a lot of people just never got that. People just are like, oh yeah, or they talk like that and they're around other people that think that same way, that pursue knowledge rather than experience and wisdom. And they're like, yeah, with all these ideas, and everyone else, they're all building each other up. And there's no one that are like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Like your dad did to your brother.
Yeah.
Best thing ever to do to someone. It's like, go and fucking learn.
You know the perfect
And come
example
back
of
to
that?
me.
It's not even learn. Go experience, and through experience, learn.
You know the perfect example.
that's what I mean.
The
Oh,
perfect
yeah.
example of that, where you can see it physically, is PTs in a gym, because you will go.
I knew this was going to go down the gym road.
Yeah, well, because you can see it like in real time.
yeah.
So you're like, and that's not to say that the person doesn't know what they're talking about, but they physically have not.
But most of them aren't
achieved.
ripped, eh?
That's what I'm saying.
It's so
like
ripped.
you go in there and you'll see some PT and he's fucking 70 kilos, you know, and then the guy's training might be a little bit overweight or something. So that's fine, and he'll probably lose some weight and good on him. But it's like, how are you going to make me build muscle when you've never even gotten close?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Matty
you know the physics of it, and you've done the courses. So from the book knowledge, you know everything, but you've not physically lifted any weight to be able to understand what it's like.
They might be able to show you like correct technique or
Yeah,
something
they
like
could.
that, but
Yep.
like when it comes to actually like bulking,
Yeah.
like they would have no idea.
Dude,
You'd
Matty-
be like, what
Matty-
diet do I need to be on? They're like, pfft,
Maddie
couldn't
paid
tell ya.
one
Yeah.
$2,000 to do
Oh, right,
this
yeah.
3-month course, right? And Maddie's a fucking beast. And then he started telling the guy like what to do. The guy had no idea, and he started correcting him and telling him, and then he just quit, and the guy got butthurt.
Yeah, all
But
right.
it's like that's the exact thing.
But
And
that's a perfect
like,
example of it, right? You can see it. You can see this guy is like, he's a tiny guy and he's instructing some guy that's twice his fucking size.
I love the attitude of getting butthurt instead of learning the lesson.
Yeah.
The lesson here is you should pay that cunt to tell you more so you're better at your job so you can
Yeah.
actually go and charge the $2,000 that you think you're worth.
Isn't that the biggest
That's the
problem with
lesson.
everything?
But
now,
wouldn't you go
is that
into
no
it-
one wants, rather than admitting they're wrong and learning a lesson, they will go down to the wire because they think saving face is never admitting they're wrong. You don't
Yeah.
save face. Everyone just thinks you're a fucking moron behind your back.
Yeah.
And
Wouldn't you
in
go up
your
to,
mind, maybe you do, but
I mean, I always thought, like, if I'm going into the gym and I want to advance, I'm looking for the biggest fucking dude in there and going, oh, this guy, he'll
Hi.
know. Yeah. Well, you know, biggest.
This guy to some 600-pound dude, and you're like, what are you doing?
some old fat guy.
What are
Yeah.
you doing? It's obviously
Yeah.
working. He's
Well,
like,
also, I eat
Doritos.
cake in the morning and then I fucking-
I wake up with cake and I finish the day with cake. And in the
And then
middle, there's like 3 more cakes.
And I have a cake.
yeah.
Cake.
I don't know.
Best term.
Well, I actually got another cake last night. Fucking
You got another one?
Yeah, Legion and Nathan and Dre and that got another one.
You
So
got
I went
2
around
fucking
there.
cakes?
I got 2 cakes.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't even get any of that first cake, actually.
Didn't you?
No.
Oh.
Did you?
Well, no,
Did you?
dude.
I don't eat cake generally, but
Yeah,
when we're
yeah.
out, I
What
ain't
am
eating
I,
sweet.
6? When am I 6 years old? I'm excited for cake at a birthday party. Unless it's in a beer bottle, I don't want it.
Yeah, I don't
I
like
don't fucking
yeah.
want, like, I appreciate the effort,
Yeah.
and I appreciate the whole candles and the happy birthday, all that shit. I really don't. If you sing me happy birthday, all I want to do is shoot myself.
I think
the
that's
whole time.
I think that's everyone.
That is universal,
It
bro.
sucks. It fucking sucks.
Even when you're a kid, you're like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, pretty much.
Why the fuck are we doing this?
I don't know what that's like.
No one wants to be put on the spot like that. This fucking sucks.
Nah, it is true. It's like, dude, that's how I feel about weddings. When you look at the people up there, you're like, that's embarrassing. And they're doing the speech like, I love you forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
You're like, they say the most embarrassing things. It's so cringeworthy.
That's
The
why
older you-
Zane's wedding was so good, because they fucking walked down the aisle to the Pokemon theme tune, and then A7X was just cranking the whole time.
Yeah,
and it was
that
just
was good.
it was a bit of a piss take.
Yeah.
And his old man was just drunk as fuck, just being like, woo!
Well, you want to remember? I swear, back in the maybe go back 500 years ago or whatever. Wasn't it just a party where people got pissed and maybe that's just what you see?
I think
in the
they
movies,
still had like the vows and shit, but like I'm with you, bro. Like I'd want to like pimp up the vows a bit, do something a little bit different. Like
it's so bad,
Like maybe like the only good thing is like putting a few inside jokes in there, but again, it's just for you and her. It's not like when you're doing that, it's not for.
But let's be honest, the whole
You got
point.
to entertain the people.
The
at
whole
same
point
time,
of a
right?
wedding is not for the groom. The whole setup of a wedding is for the bride. The groom
100%. Yeah.
doesn't experience any fun.
Yeah, and they're not even virgins anymore.
No.
Like what the fuck, eh?
The groom gets shat on
At
by
least
the
the
best
sex
man
is
in a
good.
speech, and everyone else just laughs at him and calls him a dick. And
Yeah, at least she
says
knows. At least she
embarrassing
knows
shit.
how to gobble cock on the fucking honeymoon. Like, could you? Honestly,
the
could you
perfect-
imagine getting
Yeah.
married to a virgin, and then you
No.
travel to like Hawaii or some shit, right? And you're
Yeah.
in fucking paradise, and you finally get her naked, and you're just like, oh, I didn't realize you had a mole there. That's gross. And then she's just a fucking starfish, bro.
Oh,
Could
yeah.
you imagine?
Well, she would be if she's a virgin.
You
yeah.
just pop her in the head and go home, mate. Or just go surfing.
Yeah.
Like, let's just leave, mate. Just fucking leave.
Yeah, but if you look at it, if you look at a wedding, if someone said to you, "How do you want your wedding?" and they said you can decide everything, you'd be like, "We're going to the pub, a fucking bar tab, and strippers."
Not even, bro. I'd be like,
That's what you would say.
I'd be like, take me, like, let's go to Sydney. I just want to play the pokies. And then at
Fine.
some point, rip me off those dogs, and I'll be like, I vow to not spend all of our money, but most of it at the pokies, and then put a band on me, and I'll sit straight.
I would literally be like, give me that band, go pawn it off, buy a plane ticket. All us
Yeah.
boys are going.
Yeah.
You're not coming, just the boys. And then go on a fucking world trip.
Yeah,
Go snowboarding, go fucking.
that's what I mean. Like, so what
I
part of
vow
a wedding?
to leave you immediately. Goodbye.
now.
So what part of a wedding is for the man? None. Not one part of it is. The dress is for a woman. She wants a really nice dress. The ring is for a woman. She wants a really nice ring.
Yeah.
The fucking buffet is all for women because she wants all their guests to be happy. The fucking celebrants for women. The photographers for the woman. Everything. You don't give a fuck if you have a photo of your wedding. What the fuck would you get? You don't give a shit.
I don't have photos of like any real memories. I'm not really like a nostalgic
No, me
person with
neither.
photos.
No.
I've never like at times I'm like, I think as I get older, I'm like, yeah, like photos are a good idea to capture things, but in
Yeah.
the moment, I cannot be fucked.
No,
It's
it's
because
fucked.
it wrecks the moment.
It does
It
wreck
does.
it. Yeah.
It's fucking shit. I'd rather just live it. And then people are like, oh, what memories do you have? And you go, oh, some. And then later on, 5 years later, you might remember something that was epic. And you'd be like, oh, fuck yeah. Remember when this shit went down? And then everyone's like, fuck, I forgot about that. That was hilarious. Rah. And then you fucking like vibe with that for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Have a time. And that,
But how many-
that is way fucking better than any photo.
How many photos that you took on your last holiday have you looked at since you took them?
None.
Exactly.
I actually look
Not
at
one.
quite regularly. To
Do
be
ya?
honest. I try
I
like
don't.
between everyone.
I think you're a very nostalgic person, though, in that regard.
I love Luke because I mean, especially like the last few years. What do you got?
Well,
all
that's
all
true,
you
yeah.
have is memories.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
that's
don't.
true.
If everything gets taken away from you in life, like I say, they take away your photos. You still got them in your head. If you've done nothing with your life, if you just worked, earned a heap of money, you are the poorest among some of the poorest people on earth.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
That's why go to the like third world countries or poorer countries. They're not less happy.
They're
No-
more happy. They're
Yeah.
so content, bro.
They have less anxiety and stress. I'm sure they still do because I mean a lot of
That's
people
because they
are
have
worried
real
about
anxiety. Because they're like, fuck, I'm not eating tonight.
Yeah, I might die
Like,
tomorrow.
dude, I can't drink the water.
Yeah.
Like they have actual anxieties. And then
Yeah.
people here are just like, oh, I'm worried that fucking Samuel said I'm a cunt.
Or
Well, it's
someone-
because you are a cunt.
I was
You should listen to
misgendered.
Samuel.
Yeah.
I was misgendered.
I was misgendered and this is an outrage. And
Misgender.
Then, yeah, misgender. Yeah, it's funny. Like I've talked about it before, but my mum's told me like the story of my nonna, and you just hear her story of what she went through in the war and shit. And you're like, well, it's fucking crazy. Well, like, we are going through a similar thing in a different way. This is a really bad time that will be remembered in history for sure. It's just different. We're not physically getting blown up and attacked, and there's not bombers flying overhead, but psychological war is very, very hard because you can't see it.
Yeah, it's probably worse in some
Yeah.
ways. I mean,
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
just
die,
like-
but
You just want it to happen.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking do it. Just do something, you fuck.
well, imagine what the Chinese are feeling like that. It's just an open-ended lockdown that will never end, and there's no date when it will end.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
about
That's why they're
fucking
fucking
time, those-
jumping around. Yeah. Here we go. So I snapped this, and I thought I'd fucking bring her up. Oh, now I've shut it down.
Bring her up. I just wanted to quickly comment. It'd be funny, like you were talking about your nonna and what she went through, and then fucking Drew's mum's just there, just being like, "Yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah,
this is so good.
love
Surrender,
fascism.
more
Love
surrender."
Wait, I actually.
She's like, "Am I
found
doing it right? Is this it?"
I learned the other day what the real fascism is. I never knew this. I don't know if you boys knew this, but fascism basically is socialism, but a nationalized version of socialism and communism. So communism was workers of the world unite. It was like a global movement, whereas Mussolini thought that fascism or thought that communism divided the country up between different groups. So he came up with an idea of uniting the country under a fascism. So like it was more about socialism. It wasn't about this right-wing thing. It was never about this, racist. They've just tried to turn it into that. It was about uniting the country under tyranny, of course, but under socialism. And socialism has always been pre-communism. So isn't that funny that, people... And then Hitler basically copied Mussolini, his idea, and Nazi stands for National Socialist. So that was the idea, to unite the country and make a strong country rather than the world. Because pretty interesting. I never knew that.
So we're gonna start a fucking an event to get everyone to get a fucking cigar and walk down.
Or durries.
Or durries, yeah, it doesn't really matter. We should put them out on this sign, so so it says here, and I snapped this because I was in Mount Hawthorn on Oxford Street, and they've got a little map showing where you're not allowed to smoke from the street. So that whole little yellow line is where now you're not allowed to vape or smoke walking on the street.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
How about
go
that?
fuck yourself. It says under the property local law, something. It is an offence to smoke in the designated smoke-free area, and they're all up all on the streets where they've done this.
Fuck that, bro.
Yeah, what a fucking joke, eh? Like,
why?
I don't know.
Who cares?
Yeah, I know.
If
Who
I'm
does
not
care?
inside your building, why do you give a fuck?
I don't know.
Do you know what I find perplexing?
Mm.
You can't smoke in open air like that, but you can smoke in your car with like kids in the back. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
No.
There's no laws about that.
Yeah.
But there's laws about smoking in the streets of Mount Hawthorn.
Yeah.
Fucking why?
I don't know. The other thing is,
Why?
like, there's no one there, like, to even smell the,
The
fucking
streets
smoke.
are fucking barren, cunt. Like,
Yeah.
you're the one who's going down there. And you don't give a fuck.
No, I just don't understand it. Like, I don't like. It'd be interesting to see if anyone gets fined or what the fine is, or like what happens with that, because I don't think it's going to work.
Stop carrying your ID.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Leave your driver's license at home.
Yeah, yeah.
And then next time they try and fucking pull that shit, just fucking.
But they've
just
done
like,
it on.
identify yourself. You'd be like, good luck.
But they've done it in the entertainment precinct, so that means Northbridge will be like that.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to stop smoking in Northbridge.
We're
Where
gonna
all the
find
bars are.
so many
Fuck
people.
yeah, they will.
What do you think the angle with this is? I don't understand what their angle is. Is it just
make cigarettes illegal? If that's what you care about, ban them.
It's
Do it.
really weird because obviously they don't want to because it's about revenue and the whole thing is just bullshit to tax us more. That's all it is. They don't give a fuck. They couldn't care how many.
They want
people
more money because they go, we raise the taxes and no one stops smoking, so we'll start finding them. But they know it won't. It's the same thing as speeding, bro. They brought in multinovas, and Top Gear fucking debunked this fucking ages ago, where they were like, the UK people were sold multinovas that it would stop speeding, it would lower road deaths, and it would lower speeding offences. And Jeremy Clarkson had like one of the guys on there who fucking implemented this law, and he's like, you're full of shit. He's like, you are absolutely full of shit. Here's the data. And they fucking went through all the data. And over the last, like, it was 5 years worth of having multinovas, speeding had gone up drastically, and fucking road deaths had gone up as well. It didn't stop a fucking thing. He's like, this is just to fucking get our money. He goes, it's fucking pathetic. You need to get rid of it. I look at this as the same with these cigarette laws that they're bringing in. Like, if you're trying to tax people to make them quit, and then you're trying to find people to make them quit, just ban them. But they're too shit scared to do it because they know it'll create a black market.
But
so it's
they
like, well,
don't-
what
they
do you
don't
want to
want
fucking
to.
do?
They don't want to
Of course
ban
they
it.
don't want to.
No.
They just want to get more money out of them.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so not only will these people continue to smoke, but now we can fine them $500 every time they light up a dart in public.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably what
It's just to
about.
get more
That-
fucking money,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Every
right.
time. Look at the COVID fines, for fuck's sake. There's people that won't comply. We'll just get more money out of them.
I think it's definitely the money aspect, and then it's definitely
It always
the aspect of also just making more control, making
Yeah.
society less free in every way possible.
Yep.
That's what they do. To me, when I look back, they've clearly been conditioning us to get where we were because they want us to be weak and dependent. And every single time you put a rule in place, it makes you more of a fucking child.
Yep.
Where you're like, oh, I'm not allowed to do that. And then you ask someone why. What I don't think about why, because they said so. But why'd they say so? Is it a moral law? Is it right? Is it wrong? No one ever questions those kind of things.
Because they said so, eh?
Yeah.
I love that argument. I remember that whole amps thing that went down with the shirts.
Yeah.
And I was having this conversation with this bird, and she was like, oh, like, she was talking, she's like, it was fucked up. It was really fucked up. They had to wear these shirts. I was like, no, they didn't. And she said they had to. Otherwise, they would have lost their job. I'm like, okay, then that's the cost of not wearing the shirt. I was like, if it really bothered you that much, why are you still doing it?
Yeah.
Like, just leave, quit. Oh, but then what are they going to do? I don't know, get 1,000 other million jobs that are available at the moment. There's so many fucking jobs.
Yeah.
There's always work.
I guess it's the same with
You
your
don't
dad.
have to do anything.
You don't.
Make up your own fucking mind, do what you want to do, and find something that works for you. There's options. There's so many fucking options.
Yeah.
Like, it's it was one of those arguments where I'm just sitting there just like, can I kill this person? I want to kill this person. Should be legal for me to kill this person.
Oh, is there any tissue?
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
shit.
I got you. I got you, bro.
I'm a fucking hay fever, bro.
Yeah, I've stopped taking my Fexos because I'm trying to get off them because like it's not been too bad because the southwest has been blowing pretty hard, but the last few days it's been like easterly and northerly. And it's fucking back. It's back in a bad way.
Dude, last 2 days, I hate the humidity. I don't mind. It can be 40 degrees and dry.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Humidity is just fuck off.
I was showing the new guy at work today just how much I sweat. Because my supervisor and I were having to like laugh about it because back in summer last year, I showed him because Clint knows this very well. When I was landscaping with my hard hat, you know, you have like little sweatband.
Yeah.
I can fucking push that cunt and like make a puddle.
Yeah,
No
he
fucking
is so
problem.
sweat,
No
man.
problem. And fucking this guy was just like, he goes, fuck man, like you sweat a lot, eh? And I was like, yeah, bro. I was like, I've been told it's a sign of fitness. I was like, I think they were just trying to be nice because I'm not fit. But apparently it is good like heat regulation if you sweat a lot.
It's also
It's meant
good
to- yeah,
because
it's
that's
like-
the way your body gets rid of a lot of shit too. So
Yeah, so like I've been told it's a good thing, but like obviously I need to drink lots of Hydrolite and other stuff like that. But anyway, I showed this cunt what I could do with the fucking hard hat, and he was fucking disgusted.
Really?
He was just like, that is so fucking gross. And I was like, yeah, bro. And I was like, 6 more months. We have 6 more months of that before it goes away. And he's just like, you're kidding. I was like, no. And I was like, I love doing it too because it freaks everyone out. Everyone's just like, oh, that's fucking disgusting. It's like farting. I dropped my guts in front of him the other day. He's like, do you fart? And I was like, yep. And he's like, bro, that's horrendous. And I was like, yep.
What are you going to do about
And he's
it?
just like, are you seriously just going to drop your guts every time you need to fart? And I was like, 100%.
Dude.
He's like, are you fucking serious? And I'm like, I couldn't be more serious.
You're at
I was
work.
like,
You're literally sweating. A tradie. You don't have to be courteous.
I don't have to be courteous, period. I could be at a fucking high diet, like fine restaurant. I'll drop my guts anywhere because I need to fart.
And it's fun.
There's only one fucking direction it's coming, bro.
Oh, yeah,
and when you
soon-
hold in a fart, it hurts.
Yeah, but you don't understand. Soon they're gonna have no farting streets.
Fart tag.
Where
Yeah.
you can't fart on specific streets in the city.
Yeah, but then they'll try and find me, and I'll be like, whoever smelt it dealt it, and then I'll
whoever denied it supplied it.
Yeah, and whoever did the rhyme did the crime, and then everyone's issuing fines to everyone. You can't even fucking follow the paper
That's
trail
Mark
at that point.
McGowan's dream. Wait, Drew, play that video. I found the one of Jacinda Ardern with the bulge in her pants. Look, I just said
Yes.
dude,
I
what
have
the
to see
fuck,
this.
mate? She's
running
she's
really
got a
These are
fucking-
my favourite conspiracy theories.
she's got a swinging hog.
Jacinda Ardern is a tranny.
Oh man, I hope
It
she's
really
just,
sucks.
look.
All right.
What? Bro, immediately you can see it.
Yeah, she's got a hog, a swinging hog. What is that? She's got a hog.
Oh,
Dude, she's a tranny.
It makes sense.
What is that? What could that be? Tell me
dick.
what that could be.
It's a dick.
There's nothing else that could be. What do you ever have in that region if you're wearing a
I
skirt?
all right.
Even Puss Mungy's flaps don't fucking flap like that.
That's a
That's
a
balls.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's dick and balls.
What is going on in this world? Fuck me.
You know how there's a conspiracy that all these like people in power are lizards? Maybe
Yeah.
they're all trannies.
Yeah.
Tranny lizards.
It feels like there's a lot of
Trizzards.
under. Have you heard the one everyone reckons Michelle Obama's dead set a tranny? She definitely looks like a man.
Michael
Cute.
Obama.
Michael Obama, yeah. I don't know, like, yeah, these are the funny conspiracies because, like, there's, you see that and you're like, what's the angle here? Are you just why not
Can we
just
get a better angle?
admit,
That's the real
you're a
question.
tranny? Just be like, I'm a tranny, and wouldn't that be awesome
She'd
for
love
all
that,
the trannies to have a tranny that's a dictator in power over New Zealand?
I wish you would
I'm
be
a
like a
tranny
real
dictator.
tranny and just top herself.
Oh, a tranny dictator. Ha ha.
Dick taker.
Here's another one.
Dictator.
Members of Extinction Rebellion activist group have glued their hands to the pavement outside Mark McGowan's Perth office as part of a protest this morning.
Where do these
So
dickheads
they-
think glue comes from?
Yeah, I know.
Stop gluing yourself to shit.
Glue
you care about
themselves to
the
the
environment.
floor.
Did you
Dumas
see the
house.
one where I think it was
Boycott
in
glue.
the UK and the cops just went and ripped their hands off and they all
Did they?
started squealing. They were like, "Ah!" Like, they just grabbed their hands, were like,
Bush.
and just ripped them because they were on the
Good.
road. Honestly,
Wait, but hold
glue
on.
Mark McGowan to the bottom of the ocean. That would be good.
But the thing is that like they're doing this for the
I don't know
climate.
how you do that, but
They
anyway.
didn't do shit for the vaccine
Cement
thing.
glue.
Why wasn't no one doing
Cement shoes, eh?
What are you saying, Drew?
Oh, I'm just saying, like, why did they, like, even with the other day with the protest the nurses were doing for better pay or whatever, you don't deserve better fucking pay because you injected everyone with a fucking vaccine
I was
and you
saying-
didn't stand up for it. I didn't see you cunts at the fucking protest, so fuck
I
your
was
pay
saying
rise.
this thing to Subo as well, bro. I was like, how come they can protest for more money? What you were saying, but they couldn't protest for their fucking colleagues that got their job like removed
Yep.
for standing up for
They
them
didn't give a
and
shit.
humanity. There was over 10,000 of them in Australia. They got the arse and then themselves. So
Well, they
Well,
don't deserve. They
and-
deserve a pay rise. They should
do.
take the money from the ones that
They
stayed.
deserve reparations.
Yeah, they should
they
get the
deserve.
one from the ones that stayed. they should get their extra money to them, and then the ones that stayed and just jabbed everyone,
they should get
can
their
take
long
a pay
service,
cut.
eh?
Nurses that walked out go on the legends list.
Yes,
And
they do. That's
doctors
true.
and nurses. That takes a lot of fucking balls.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what
That takes a lot of Ardern balls.
Ardern, a lot
Yeah.
of crutch.
Yeah.
Dude, there was what, 15,000 people, they said. Nurses. 15,000 nurses.
At the protest.
Oh, we're not getting enough money. Oh, okay. What, like, cool. You want more money?
They probably, for a long time, not had
What about the
enough money.
people that didn't get any money because they fucking stood up for humanity
Yeah.
and for you as well,
Yeah.
and you fucking turn your backs on them all? Fuck, that pisses me
Well,
off.
it pisses
They
me-
don't deserve any respect, bro.
No,
Fuck
they don't.
all
They don't
those
deserve it.
people, though.
Yeah, fucking oath. They don't deserve a pay rise. They can suck a dick.
Nurses that stayed can go get fucked. I don't have any respect for them, man.
Me neither. Isn't these two fucking
Look,
wobs
half
just going
our
off?
friends are fucking, dying or fucking seriously injured from the fucking jab, and these cunts are like, want more money. Fuck you, because half of you probably pushed it and injected
They
people
did,
with
definitely.
it.
Yeah.
That's fucking gets to me, man. It's a lot of people that I care about. It's not just one or fucking two.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, and I know every person I know, it's the same. It's like they know 10 people. They know 10 people.
Yep.
And these people want more fucking money for killing people. Fuck you, you fucking cunts. You don't deserve
Yep.
shit.
No. I mean,
Give it to the ones that fucking
But
walked
also,
out.
the thing I find the most annoying about it, aside from all the vaccine shit, is that you knew what profession you were getting into.
Yeah,
Or
that's true.
you weren't aware you're going to have to do like double shifts, 12 hours, 14, 16-hour shifts.
Yeah.
The OT that you're pulling in, ridiculous. Let's not
Yeah.
fucking beat around the bush here.
No.
They're unionized, for fuck's sake. They have probably the best fucking rates ever. Like, for what they're doing.
For overtime.
Even for their base rate.
Yeah.
So when they are pulling OT, they'd be like, all of them would be staying, choosing to do it, and then being like, we deserve more. It's like, you chose to do this and you're getting paid fucking well for it. So if you don't like it, leave.
Yeah.
Fucking leave.
Well, it's like
the
teachers
ones who
saying-
didn't want to fucking kill people with the vaccine, they didn't like it and they left. So take a fucking leaf out of their book and do the fucking same
And
thing.
from ones I've taught, we interviewed some at protests. I've interviewed them on the podcast, different ones. And from the ones we just talked to in general, they cop so much shit from other nurses. They got called conspiracy theorists. They got called this and that. And they had their livelihoods destroyed. A lot of them were on, didn't have other jobs to go to. It was a bad fucking time. But they stood up for themselves, for bodily autonomy, and for the rest of humanity. Because I'm telling you, if there wasn't a big group of people that didn't comply, we would be fucked right now.
Yep.
Why do you think they got rid of this stupid vaccine passport? It failed. I'm sure that there's another plan in place, but it fucking failed because people just won't. You won't tell people what to do. Some people will comply, and a lot of people will tell you to go fuck yourself. And people have a limit. Even people that do comply, they're still going to be like, you know what? No. Fuck off. I'm done.
Here's a tangent, but I thought this was interesting. I don't know if these numbers are correct, but people in the comments said that they are, so that doesn't mean that they actually are. But this is to do with carbon emissions in Australia, right?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
How about like not even 1%?
Well, this is an interesting way of thinking about it. So it says Australian forests absorb 940 million tonnes of carbon dioxide per annum, compared to our domestic and industrial emissions of 417 million. Add to that the absorption of carbon dioxide in continental Australia to the carbon dioxide absorption of 2.5 million square kilometres of continental shelf waters, and Australia sequesters some 5 times as much carbon dioxide as it emits. We're already net zero. We're like negative.
So
net
we need
zero.
more.
We need more. We actually do, yeah, to get to net zero.
That's what we were told in our childhood, that carbon was plant food. We were taught it from the youngest age. We were taught about the dinosaurs, that they were around in a more carbon-rich environment, and the trees could grow bigger, and the dinosaurs grew with this
Bigger because of
megafauna.
it, yeah.
And that's what we were taught. And then now we're said that we need to get rid of carbon. We need like a nuclear winter holocaust, and everyone needs to die for humanity to survive.
Wait,
we need to nuke the poles.
We were going live on TikTok.
Yep.
Right?
How'd we go?
Well, it says live access suspended. Do you want to know why? This is going to fucking weird you out.
Yeah, go on.
We're suspended for adult nudity and sexual activities.
Who got nude?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Could you see my nip on the side, maybe?
Maybe.
Fuck this
bit of
clown
side nip.
world, eh? It's just, where does the censorship end? It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating.
What were you
we
even
live in
talking
this-
about that was sexual?
This is the problem.
Jacinda Ardern's fucking cock. That's what it was.
That's what it,
But this is the problem.
it was a cock.
But this is the problem with being able to report things.
Yeah.
You can just report anything.
Yeah.
And their first action is to block it, and then they review it.
Yeah.
They don't review it first because they can't take the risk.
Yeah.
A lot of it's AI.
Yeah,
or a lot of
it's
it's
just
like
algorithms.
Yeah, so they don't take the risk anymore. So they go, oh, there's a problem, delete it, and then we'll deal with it. And then they wait for someone to, and most people just go, oh, fuck it, whatever. You know?
Fuck, I'm over it, eh? It's such a frustrating world.
Social media is trash, and I fucking don't use it.
It is trash.
But we have to use it. That's the problem.
I know we have to use it.
Because it's the nature of our thing.
I'm aware of that, but my social media is literally just fishing videos and four-wheel driving videos.
Well, that's okay.
Some pokies videos as well, because after going to Sydney and playing the pokies, my phone cottoned onto all the noises and just
Facebook is useless, eh? Like, I barely go on it. Like, I don't use it. I'll go on and have a scroll through every now and then, but like, I guess the birthday comments are probably the first thing I've used in ages. Like people commenting for your birthday, and that's about it, or getting invited to an event. But it's useless. Like, you got something like Telegram. Telegram's the Wild West. Like, people say some fucking hectic shit. Like, you're in
definitely
there and
do.
you're like, man, there is some bad people still getting around in this world.
But a lot of the time, it's not even
no
bad
one
people.
does.
It's not even bad people. It's just people who just want to say ridiculous shit.
But that's good, though, to have that, because now you know.
need an outlet.
But now you know that they're fucked in the head, and you're like, I'll stay away from that guy. But now you don't know on Twitter
But
because
also, he's probably not fucked in the head.
Maybe not.
Some of the shit we say, people go, they're fucked in the head, but we're not. We're normal
That's
fucking
true.
people.
People think we're serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's just like it's just one of those things where you're just like, they're saying some horrific shit, but they're innocent harm. They're probably all incels anyway. Like, at worst, they might rape you.
Yeah.
Interestingly, you can't
absolute
even
worst.
appeal with this live thing. It won't let you even appeal.
Even with
there you
when
go.
you think that, you know, if you think that get offended over our jokes or whatever, and you take that serious, you must lack serious intuition and ability to judge a situation.
Yeah.
So these are the people that would tell you you're an idiot for not going to university.
Yeah, exactly.
You're an idiot for not going to university.
That fucking
Stop
comment,
making-
bro.
Oh,
What do we do to fix this problem, mate? Oh, well, you need to finish high school first and then go to uni. Put your hand up if you didn't finish high school in this room.
Oh, no.
Put your hand up.
I didn't.
Actually?
No, I didn't finish high school.
You fucking idiot.
I left last semester. The last semester was a waste.
And now what do you do?
I run a structural engineering business.
Yeah, you work for yourself.
Yeah.
It's weird how a lot of people who didn't finish high school run their own companies.
The kind
So fucking... Even Elon Musk is like, education's bullshit.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, it helped me. But like, he goes, for the most part, not needed.
The kind of people that generally are successful are innovative and people. You have to have social awareness and social understanding the way people work. You can't come out with these idealistic ideas about society and then think it needs to change for you to fit in with what you want to do. That's what is wrong with half these people. And then it doesn't work out and they get butthurt and dye their hair blue and stand in the street and scream at the world for not conforming to what they wanted. It's pathetic.
Can we ban blue hair dye from the shelves? Boycott hair dye.
Remember it used to be like a punk rock thing, people with mohawks and shit?
But even still, that was kind of loser.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
you'd see them, you'd be like, you're a fucking loser. Like, what are you doing? I know people who say when they're stressing, like when they're stressed out, they have to like change their hair because they think it'll help their scenario.
Oh yeah.
No, it won't. It's a distraction. You're just filling time by you're choosing not to solve a problem, and you found this thing as something to do because you got to put it in, and you sit around for fucking hours, and then wash out, and you're like, oh, I can't possibly do anything while it's setting because I can't. I'm doing this
Change your
now.
head, blow your head off. Change your head, blow it off, and that'll change the situation.
Yeah.
You see if there's a next life or not.
You got a problem? Bang. Problem gone.
Meet your maker,
Solved.
if there is one.
Smith and Wesson just comes out and he's just like, we've taken another one. Come with us, son. Come with us.
Yeah, so
Should we hit the list and then go to Patreon?
Yeah, we got to do ExpressVPN first. Go get 3 months free if you sign up on the link in the description. Haven't had anyone new recently. Maybe we'll put Jacinda Ardern's penis on.
Yes. Dude, if you want to look, you're going to have to get it if you want to see her penis. Because
Yeah.
we just got deleted for showing her fucking swinging hog.
Yeah, we did. Now
So-
we can't go live for like 2 weeks or something.
If you want to see Jacinda Ardern swinging hog and you want to see it on TikTok,
I just read the fucking the title for that video that you posted for Jacinda Ardern. It said, "Watch the crotch." Is New Zealand PM Jacinda Ardern harden in brackets an Illuminati tranny? What a title!
Illuminati train.
Yeah, bro.
Jesus, that's the worst type of Illuminati.
she is fucking hideous, eh?
Yeah.
Fuck, she's horrible.
Yeah, she's pretty bad. Oh, interestingly,
I only
so
ever
I
want
was
to see her winning the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah.
As a racehorse.
On the trot. She's on the trot.
She's a trot horse. So.
Yeah.
Down at the fucking trot. So.
It's pretty hard to gallop with a fucking hog between your legs. Eh?
She is hung like a horse by the looks of it. Eh? Makes sense. Mouth
We should
like a
hang
horse.
her like a horse.
Yeah. She should be hung in the streets like a horse.
maybe she was actually a horse. Like
In
and
a
they
past
just
life?
morphed her. They transed her into
She's an
the
animorph?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised though.
Well-
Animorphs are running to Anahor.
It's funny because, you know, I was watching the thing about the Chinese protests and that, right? And I just had it on a news channel. I think it was a fucking American one. And it was flicking through all the different countries' news channels reporting on the protests, right? And so the American one was kind of like, you know, China's government overreaching and, you know, treating it as if it was a bad thing. Then for some reason I hit New Zealand news and they were saying that the way they framed it was like COVID's such a bad thing and the Chinese need to lock down. Like they were with the
Dude,
Chinese on this
someone
one.
posted that in the comments tonight. when
I
we
stand
first started,
with China.
Yeah.
Dude, think about her and Trudeau. They praised China. Trudeau said that he likes China. He likes their model of their regime, basically.
How is that not the scariest fucking thing you've ever heard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You live in a free country and then your leader's just like, I'm really liking this like whole dictatorship thing. I think it's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Have you seen-
Communism's pretty sweet.
Have you seen some of the
Worked
shit
out
that they're
well
using
many
in China?
Sorry, what was that?
Have you seen some of the shit they're using? Because like
Like
obviously
those drones that are spraying
Man,
shit.
there's one of those ones. They had these in Thailand. They don't have them here. They will soon though. They have these like robot-y things. They're like the auto vacuum cleaner things, but it's a robot and it's got like I don't know, different products on it. And it walks around saying, "Would you like to try this product or whatever the fuck?" It's a fucking robot, and it just moves around the shop the
It's
whole
just
time.
got vaccines on it. Would you like to try Moderna today?
But what's
Yeah,
stopping
it's
you
just
from grabbing
vaccination.
all the products and just smashing the robot?
You could, but you're in the supermarket. The problem with it, right, is that
okay,
you're walking down
right.
the fucking aisle and it's coming down the aisle the other way. You're like, what's going to happen here? And the sensor picks it up that you're there and it just stops.
Yeah.
So then you got to fucking walk around. Anyway, the Chinese had one of these, but it was like pumping out like some kind of
gas.
I don't even know. Yeah, it was a gas of some sort. And it's like moving around into like groups of people and then going, And
Do you think that this
fucking
is
weird,
all?
man.
That's just
I
to
think
disperse the
that's-
people.
I think
You
it's all
reckon?
for
Yeah, because
optics.
dude, if you
to-
saw that, you'd freak the fuck out.
yeah, it's
probably water vapor.
Yeah, it's optics. It's
Yeah.
it's to fucking it's for
fear
fear.
porn.
sure
It's
it's some
fear
kind
porn
of
for sure.
Yeah.
antiseptic or
Well,
fucking.
they were doing that.
Could be.
They've been doing
It's
that
definitely-
since the start of COVID, man. They had those fucking machines and they're like wheeling them through. And it basically looks like they took a church organ and ripped it out of the fucking wall, but took all the pipes with it. And the pipes is like,
And
while
all
they're
the water
playing
vapor.
fucking
They do that.
Phantom of the Opera, and then they're playing that, and then all this shit's just spraying into the fucking air, bro. And it's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck
Man,
is
they do-
going
they
on?
do that in,
If they
um,
tried that here, someone would like bash it to death.
And they do that in
Yeah.
Bali. In Bali, I don't know if they do it the whole in Indonesia, but in Bali, that one of the apartments I was staying in had like a semi-outdoor kitchen.
Yeah.
So the apartment was all great, and then the kitchen was sort of semi-out and had an outdoor setting. It was kind of cool. I really liked it. And anyway, they spray this shit it's to kill something. I don't know.
Mozzies. They
Probably
used to do it
mozzies.
in Basso, man.
Did they?
They'd spray all down the street, and the whole neighborhood would get fogged out with
Fogged.
this poison.
Yeah,
They'd spray
yeah, it is. It's literally a poison
Kill
because
them.
I asked him what it was.
Yeah.
Because the reason I asked him is because I was cooking, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And the cunt comes in. You can hear him with his fucking like. It sounds like a leaf blower, but he probably puts the stuff through it, right? And so I could see him doing it. And I'm there cooking, and I go walk into the apartment, turn around, he just bangs the door open and goes, and like, so my
Oh,
cooking's
what
all
the
there,
fuck?
all my food is out there, and he just covers the whole lot in white shit.
That's
So I went up and go, "Oi, mate, what the fuck's in this stuff?" And I go, "Is it bad?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, well, you definitely shouldn't be breathing it in and like all this."
Oh, cheers.
Covering
Oh,
my
thanks.
fucking sandwich, motherfucker.
So he ruined my whole food. I had to
But
throw it
even
all
that, he
out.
says you shouldn't be breathing it in, and then he
Yeah.
sprays it in your apartment.
That guy's now dead. They last one season, and then they have to get new employees.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So yeah, they do that there. But in China, they're using all the technology, like the drones and even those walking dog
I've
things.
seen the drones. It's
the
so
walk dogs where they put the
dystopian, bro.
fucking the megaphone on the back, like shouting out shit, like "Get back in your apartment." Cunts.
China, I think China really wants to give off the optics that it's this super advanced, dystopian, technocratic nightmare. That's what, with all the drones and announcing shit. It's like fucking Blade Runner or something,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah, it's fucking.
You just kick those dogs over though.
Yeah.
They can't get back up.
I mean, they're
Can't
If they're on their back, they're fucked.
Chinese made. You wouldn't think that they're the best, you know?
That's true.
Yeah.
But Chinese
You can buy them from a dollar store.
But
Yeah.
the Chinese don't do
Yeah.
anything like that because of the consequences, right? But now they're starting to because of the protests, so they're
And-
getting more bold.
The more that they'll realize that there ain't repercussions because
Well,
there's
yeah.
fucking 1.4 billion of them.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah.
Who's going to do shit when there's because their protests are crazy because their
Yeah.
cities are full of 20 plus million.
Yeah.
So what's anyone going to do? Those guys in the white.
Well, you see
things,
that
they
the-
were getting bashed.
Did you
it?
see that the cops, the police, and all that? They were going up to people and saying, "Delete the photos that you just took." And if they wouldn't, they'd get their phone and go through their phone, look at the photos they had, and delete the ones. This is the police doing this.
Yeah.
Like, imagine anyone doing that here. Like, give me your phone. I want to have a look at your photos and delete what I don't like.
Yeah.
Be like, suck
No,
a dick. But they can't over there. They have to do
Have
it.
you
So they get
seen
taken away.
The people in the white suit, how they beat people with the sticks when they don't
I've-
comply.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
They
They
mob
were
them.
doing that in India.
Yeah, that was
During the height
hilarious.
of COVID, because people were out, and the Indians like, "Fuck
Yeah.
off, cunt! I live in a tin shack. I'm doing what I want."
Yeah.
And then they're like,
I've got AIDS already.
They were literally like, "Get a switch," and then they're like beating them with
Did you
switches.
see that
bro.
one? The best one. I'll try and find it, and we'll watch it. The best one was they were smacking cunts like on bikes and stuff on the back of bikes because they didn't have a mask on. And then apparently a whole group of people went to like Sunday mass or something. So the security or the police, they're standing out the front door of there's one on either side, at the front door of it's either a mosque or a church. And as everyone comes out, bang! So they're just
This is what you get
fucking
for having
smacking
religious
everyone.
beliefs,
Yeah.
you idiot. Bang!
So they're just smacking every cunt as
That
they
should
come
be
out.
mandatory. They should smack idiots to go to
Yeah,
church,
that's
eh?
a good point. Yeah. But, yeah.
Bring up the list there.
Yeah, right. Kill yourself list.
Nurses that stayed.
Yes, definitely. Well, that's sort of extinction, I guess,
No, it's not.
because I can't. Or nurses on the kill yourself list.
Nurses that stayed.
Nurses that left on the legends list.
Yep.
And nurses that stayed on the legends list, yeah. Kill yourself.
The ones that left on the legends list. Ones that stayed on the kill yourself.
Yes, sorry. Kill yourself. Fuck. Who we got? Anyone?
I know-
Chat?
I
We've
know
lost a lot
Andrew's
of
already-
viewers for some reason.
Yeah.
Probably been blocked again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't think of anyone. I haven't thought of a kill yourself one for a while.
I know, we've killed too many people.
Yeah, it's going to get in a problem. We're thinning out the fucking globe, eh?
How did Elmo end up? Oh, that's not from that stupid.
From the
like,
vaccine.
V is a vaccine.
Yeah.
Chuck elections on the extinction list because they're pretty much
How
done.
are we supposed to fucking?
Well, they've done. They're done anyway.
Just put a piece of paper, like ballot paper. On
Yeah.
there.
No, it's like, what do we do if we get rid of elections?
I mean,
how do we decide things?
Well, then,
What do you mean?
We just
They're
have a
already decided.
dictator.
Yep.
Yeah, let's just accept. Let's just accept they're done. Let's stop lying to each other.
All right, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Kill yourself. Fuck.
Oh, the council or whoever.
Mount
fucking-
Hawthorn?
Yeah.
Someone
Whoever.
did post some in the first vid here. Fuck.
Oh, I've still got it in this chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone, eh?
No.
No one's really fucked me off this week.
Oh fuck.
No, can't either. Well, extinction.
We need to start putting more thought to this shit, hey?
Yeah, I
Like,
think we do.
during the week, if someone fucks, I'll be like, right, you've made the list.
I think
And then
someone
just like-
wrote it.
just-
I'm trying to find it. Someone wrote a couple.
Can we put Down syndrome people on the
let's
extinction
put
list?
TikTok on there if it's not on there.
Should
oh,
be.
it's already on
Yeah.
there. It's already.
Are Downies on there?
No, I don't think so.
Downies are on.
Trans Downies.
Well, I was just going to say drags.
Drag
drags as
down.
well, yep.
Yeah.
Drag queens are on.
Yep. That's
Okay.
fair.
Luann said on the legends list, the parents of the New Zealand baby who needed a blood transfusion, but they don't want Vax blood.
Oh,
That's good, eh?
fuck. I bet you they got some shit from doing that from all the medical establishment.
Should we put Hitler on the legends list since he was on the cover of Time magazine?
All right.
Jesus.
All right, done.
All right.
Hitler.
Fine. Technically, Hitler should be on the extinction
Doesn't
list.
take much convincing for me, eh?
Because he's good at extinctioning people.
Is he, though?
Well, he wasn't too bad.
They're still around.
He failed.
Well, he got the closest out of anyone, didn't he? Like, who else has got closer than him?
Well,
Mao.
Mao,
But they were his
yeah.
own people.
Yeah, he didn't extinguish another race. He's
Nah.
he's the only. Oh, actually, Pol
But
Pot.
Jews aren't a race.
Pol Pot.
No, they're not. That's true.
Oh no, he did his own people.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone usually does their own people.
Yeah, I
Whereas
don't think
Hitler,
anyone-
Hitler thought out of the box. He's like, I'm going to do someone else's people.
Well,
No
there
one's
were plenty,
I like
there were
my
plenty
people.
of German Jews.
Yeah, that's
So-
true.
Yeah, that's.
But he
true.
didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't think of him as his
He
people.
just took and he took it worldwide.
Yeah.
He was like, what's that fucking
Mr. Worldwide.
No, fucking
He would have
Boats
eradicated.
and Hose movie, Step Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
what's
yeah.
their thing? Something worldwide.
Oh, yeah.
The company that they make up.
Oh, I can't remember.
Genocide worldwide. Worldwide genocide.
He would have fucking gotten rid of the Aboriginals for sure.
Who,
If
Hitler?
if Hitler won the war, he would have.
Well, he was already
they would
killing
be
blacks.
gone.
He was
Actually,
killing blacks and disabled.
you know who else
Everyone
can-
focuses on the Jews. That wasn't his only group.
Well, not no. But originally, he castrated black people. He didn't want them reproducing, so he fucking castrated them.
Yeah, but if you don't want to
Fucking
reproduce, just kill them all.
No, but this was before they got to that point.
Oh,
So they
right,
hadn't
right.
been gassing Jews yet.
Eugenics.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know who else committed genocide? The Japanese, because they just tried to wipe the Chinese.
Oh,
out.
that's true.
They killed over 19 million. They
Yeah.
actually killed way more than the Jews of the
Yeah, okay.
Chinese.
Which is hilarious considering their entire culture is just reformed Chinese culture.
Well, I
It
guess
is.
they're the little brother syndrome.
Yeah.
You know, it on steroids.
Who's that comedian who makes a hell good joke about them? He's like the Japanese were like ruthless as fuck, man. Then we dropped 2 atomic bombs on them, and they've been drawing like Hello Kitty shit ever since. That's just like,
Sniffing underwear and
yeah, bro. Like turned them into fucking Sims.
That's true.
Like
were.
overnight, bro.
They were the
Yeah.
most hectic people ever. I don't think that there
Ever,
was
bro.
Yeah, they were, yeah.
any more brutal.
Maybe the Mongols.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it was
Old
like
mate Genghis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He
okay.
did a pretty fucking good job.
Yeah,
The Japs, their whole culture was so dedicated, highly intelligent, highly like
Death
committed.
before dishonor, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. There was no one else like them, eh? Unbelievable.
terms that need to go. I got one.
Japanese genocide on the Legends list.
I got one.
Japs on the legends list.
Japanese.
Nips. Nips on the legends list.
Well, that's a term that needs to stay.
It's also nips. There's many meanings for nips.
That's true. Terms that need to go. I got one.
Yep.
Educate yourselves.
Educate yourself.
I hate that fucking one.
Get educated.
Yeah, I fucking. And the other one, if it's not on there, is hate speech. I want that one gone as well.
Oh, actually, on the extinction list would be what was someone that says can't intellectual superiority complexes. You know those sort of people. That person that says that, they have an intellectual superiority complex, and it's
that's true.
always undeserved. They're always fucking idiots.
Yeah.
So what educated people on the extinction list?
No,
University educated. There we go. Yeah, done.
university indoctrinated.
Yeah.
Just put UWA.
We need some
on.
more terms that need to come back. I haven't updated it. I've only got 2 still, but I'll fix it up and put more on. I can't think of any terms that need to come back because I haven't thought about it. So don't know.
Oh no,
neither.
I have no idea.
No,
I don't have much.
No, me neither.
Sorry.
And maybe it's because it's Wednesday and we're all out of whack.
Yeah.
I am out of whack tonight. I feel very
Big D
corpse-like.
called it. We're our menstrual cycle's way out.
My menstrual cycle is off tonight.
Yeah.
Feel it. I feel it in my boner.
Isn't it hilarious that like every word that has to do with something female has the word man in it? Like woman
Yeah.
has men in it.
Rightly
Menstrual
so.
cycle has men in it.
Rightly so.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Patreon. Cheers.
Yeah, let's do
for
it.
tuning in.
Righto.
And yeah, we'll be doing this again tomorrow night. Same episode.
Yeah, jump on the Patreon. We'll be going live if you want to.
Yeah.
If you're not, sign up if you can afford it.
And if it's
not-
Thursday for you right now, jump on the Patreon because can we do that live as well, or is that going to be too much of a pain in the ass?
I don't know.
Well, either way, it's already there. So if you're bored
it's
of
already
this
there.
shit,
Yeah.
it's already there.
Yeah.
Jump on.
Yeah.
Bit late. Had to listen to 2 hours just to find out
Also,
that it's
there's
already there.
there's a Josh's Conspiracy Truths episode up that he did the other day,
Yeah,
or
go
last
on.
week or something. There's a new one, so you can check that one out as well.
I couldn't do one this week. It's my birthday week, so it's kind of a
Oh, yeah.
write-off.
What are you?
But,
What are you, a chick? You got birthday weeks now?
Wow, it's just that
It's a chick thing.
That's
Yeah.
true. It is.
It's a fucking chick thing.
I'm a
bro. It's
tranny.
my birthday
Well, I
month.
told you
Yeah,
I'm a
birthday month.
fucking tranny. So
Yeah.
It's my
My
birth-
my
it's
ex
my
tried to
birthday
pull
life.
that shit. It's
Yeah,
my
it's
birthday
fucking-
month, and I
I
was
hate
just like, you can take 29 of the 30 days and shove them up.
dude,
your
I've
ass.
had several chicks
yeah.
pull that.
Yeah.
100%. And I just pulled it. So there you go. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. We'll see you on the
Are you
Patreon.
Jacinda Ardern?
Yeah, I got a hog. But it's not swinging. It's a miniature hog. But, you know.
It's one of those pigs they roast in Indonesia that Drew was talking about
Yeah,
before,
yeah.
eh? Like this really small pig. Yeah, it's Josh's cock.
Righto. See ya.
Well, a really small pig would still be a massive hog, though, eh?
Oh, dude, if I could have a piglet for a cock, you're getting all 4 legs.
Piglet.